Hello, everybody, and welcome to a disabled team. Hope everybody's doing well. Others will be along shortly. How are you, Mally?
How about it, Stuart?
Good man. I like the picture behind you. DiCanio and Merlin on to it's that Italian blood in a minute. That's what it is.
The Italian stallions.
Yeah, like that. I do. Good morning, Michael. Well, good evening, Michael. Hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you're doing well. Oh, Sally, Lee's brought me a bottle of water in. Good man.
Lovely.
Are you coming round, Lee?
All right, Mrs. Bossy Pants.
I hope there she is. Morning, Stu. Evening, Grumpy. Good evening, Robert. Hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you're doing well. Right, Mally. There's two big games coming up this week.
All right, Titch. Never mind being up bloody chat. Get your over here.
Good day, you wonderful people. 1919, good evening all. Yeah, two important games, as we know, for obvious reasons. Leeds coming off of that 5-2 win, comfortable win against Cardiff at home.
Yeah.
And obviously, West Ham have been boosted by signing of Danny Ings. Now, they've nicknamed that game the Sakiko. Instead of El Clasico, it's El Sakiko.
Yeah.
But where we Leeds need to win our games as well, man. You know, we're only 2 points away from relegation, aren't we?
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be an interesting weekend. The bonus is that we'll know the scores before we kick off. So
Charlie, did I send you a link? Let me know if I sent you a link. I was supposed to send you it this afternoon. I don't know if I've sent you it. Tickle that like button, please, my lovelies. Charlie, did I send you a link through WhatsApp? I can't remember if I sent you a link or not. Let's have a look. I bet I haven't sent him it. I know. I hope I sent. I sent you it, didn't I, Mally?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Will Rutter be available for the Brentford match? He's available, but whether he's going to start or not is another question, isn't it?
From what he said in his press conference, we shall see. Because he said he wanted 100%. He said he wanted 100% fit.
I didn't send him it. I have now.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, he's even come out and says that he's not. He's even says that he's not fit, hasn't
he? Yeah.
He's come out and said it today in his what would you say? What a pre-press match conference.
Sorry, I'm looking ahead on comments. Sorry, carry on. What did you say?
Yes, Rutter is in the squad. Can see him minutes in the second half. I'll tell you something. The match has got a right headache to have now.
Great headache. I wish he had the same headache at back.
Don't get me into bloody trouble, you brother Titch. I used to do like you want to send in Charlie Washington because you didn't like him anymore, didn't you, Stuart? Charlie, never, ever say that to you. But he has also said he is a numpty to me. Picking on you, mate. Picking on you. Appreciate it, Stuart. I'm currently head down editing the video, but if we finish before the show is done, I'll jump on. Until then, I'm with the lovely people in the chat and Titch. Cheers, Charlie. I didn't want you thinking that I was leaving you out, Charlie. Honest, I'm not like that. Take no notice of bloody these lot. They get me into trouble. And hello, brother Lawrence. Hope you're doing well. Hello, everyone from Lexington, Kentucky, USA. Come on, you Irons. To be fair, I'm
categorically.
That's just a fact. Yeah. I bet you're happy, aren't you, West Ham fans, that you signed Danny Ings. I mean, people are saying it's not a Moyes signing. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm sure Moyes were interested in him before. I'm sure he was.
I think it is. Hey, up late, you snuck in. You snuck in there. You all right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good evening, Lawrence Watkins. Evening, lad. Laughing her head off at Charlie. Titch, my man. Charlie, it's good to see you all like it really is. One of our so many weeks is this, you know. Friday nights, love it. Absolutely love it. Love it. I do. Right, before everyone comes on, I want your honest opinion, Mally. Everton, West Ham v Everton. What score would you go for?
Is it at Goodison Park?
No, it's at London Stadium.
Either way, I think it's got a draw written all over it.
I don't know if that'll be enough to save the manager the jobs.
Yeah, I don't think. I think both teams will be scared of losing.
You know, that's what. I pictured it like this, Mally. Danny Ings coming up from off at bench in second half and scoring winner.
Yeah, if I were going to pick anybody at a wing, I'd pick West Ham.
Yeah.
But for me, I don't know. For me, it's a draw.
I don't think it's enough to save David Moyes' job. It should be music to a lot of West Ham fans, but you know, you want. I'm sure there'll be. I'm sure people in here will be saying that. Look, if 3 points is more important than getting a manager sacked, no one wants to cheer the team on losing, do they?
No, but I mean, if I saw Moyes' press conference, and if that's hope to go by, I think he's all right.
He looks happy, doesn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
He looks excited about signing Danny Ings.
Yeah, I think Lampard will be more worried.
Well, they're in total turmoil at Everton, aren't they?
They're in turmoil from top to bottom, aren't they?
It's not looking good for Everton, really. You know, and I don't know. You don't know who to believe. You don't know whether it's true about that Baxendale, Denise Baxendale woman, or you. I mean, according to the top Everton YouTube channels,
They reckon it's not true.
They reckon it's not true. No,
that's right.
And if the board of directors have come out and said that, I don't see what they've got to gain out of it. Apart from causing a divide between
fans out there, yeah, absolutely.
You know, I don't understand it. I don't get it. But hopefully, West Ham can capitalise on it. Have you heard that Juventus have been docked 15 points for allegedly breaking financial irregularities related to the club's transfer dealings? Yeah, it's in that where Spurs got what's he called? Their sporting director. I forgot his name. And apparently he's in a lot of trouble as well with Tottenham sporting director's part of it. Yeah.
I was watching a YouTube show earlier on, and it was a Hammers fan and a Everton fan having a chat, and the Everton fan said he'd take Moyes back.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of Everton fans would. They would, because it's their happy time.
Yeah, I can only imagine that they see Moyes in a different light to what the West Ham's fans see him. I mean, in all fairness, he's done well for them. It's only this season, I think, that's
what's been a real big problem.
Been the slide.
And it's still in Europe, Mally. You know what I mean? They've still got that competition to go for.
I just think, some fans have got short memories. I wouldn't mind being in position we're in now if we were playing in Europe. I don't care what competition it is. I don't know. I don't understand it really. Maybe I'm easily pleased.
You see, I think the problem is with Everton, and I'll get to comments in a minute. I think the problem is with West Ham, Mally. It's a bit like Bielsa in his last days at Leeds. He was stubborn and wouldn't change his style of play.
Mm.
And you know, this hasn't been working. This isn't just this season. West Ham haven't been right for a full calendar year now in the Premier League, and it's caught up with them now. You know, hopefully Danny Ings will make Moyes play a different style of play to get the ball to him. You know what I mean? So it's no point having Danny Ings if you're not going to supply him service, is there?
Mm.
And that's been their problem all season. They haven't been able to get the service to the attacking players. I mean, Scamacca's out for a month as well.
Yeah.
So, you know, maybe that's another reason why Danny Ings were brought in and rushed in.
Yeah, maybe so.
I
hope you're right, Lawrence. I hope you're right.
I do know.
I just don't see it myself.
I've done a knacker. Got Hammers to win. Keep the fifth. Too right, yeah. Morning, expat Paul. Hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you're doing well. Everyone say hello to each other. Moyes was very calm. I thought so.
He was.
He didn't look rattled to me. He really didn't.
He didn't sound like a manager in trouble. You know, he wasn't looking to put any blame on anybody. I thought, yeah.
Burnley now 19 points clear of third place team in Championship after winning against West Brom and Sheffield United. 14 points clear of third place after their win over Hull this evening.
Yeah, Sheffield United won 1-0.
Sheffield United won as well.
Yes, and Burnley won 2-1.
Burnley won 2-1.
You all right, Cieran?
All right, Mally. G'day, mate. How are you?
All right.
Hey, Lee. Hey, Stuart. All right, bros.
Yeah,
I love that photo.
You want?
That Hunterman Spider.
What do you think to this boy? What do you think to this man here?
Aye, man, I love the photo because what's a cracking goal by Nonto, wouldn't it? Absolute screamer. Yeah, really good to see.
Double of the Canio's, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. The Canio's was better, obviously. But, yeah, what a bad effort. Yeah, it was good, man. Really good.
Must be something in Italian blood.
It must be, mate. They just try things that we wouldn't try, aren't they? Give it a pop. Yeah. Great effort.
Did you watch? I watched a game. Sorry, Stu. I watched a game today. I don't know when it was played. It was Great Britain and Northern Ireland against the rest of the world.
No, I never knew anything about it, Mally.
Yeah, it was brilliant. It was 3-1 to Great Britain, but Ronaldinho for
really?
Well, what a fantastic! He's still got it.
Still got it. What a player! One of the most exciting players we've ever seen, I think. You know, I'm not saying he's the best, but he's one of the most exciting players you've ever seen in your life, isn't it?
It was a great game. Great game to watch.
Wow.
It was good.
Might catch up with that some stage.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
It was only aired today, so it can't have been long ago.
It's Charlie Boy says, I agree. I think it will be a draw 0-0 all day. I think a draw is enough for Moyes to stay another game.
Oh, Charlie, stop. He might be.
What do you think,
I think that draw could be both managers getting sacked. That's what I think. But but it's a game where both teams don't want the ball, isn't it? So, you know, rather the other team had it and we just sat back waiting to nick something on a break. And Everton are very similar to West Ham at that. So, yeah, it does have that 0-0 vibe about it. But I've got a funny feeling. If we do have Zuma and Aguirre, you know, I got a feeling we might keep a clean sheet and nick a goal. Danny Ings now. Hey!
Yeah.
3 years too late, but I'd like to have had him earlier before he went to Villa. Would have been good. But still, mate, this is a proven Premier League striker who scores goals. And it's simple as that. He will score you goals. I mean, even this season, he's got 6 goals already, which is the same amount as Skamaka and Benrahma put together, which is our 2 top scorers. Was that, Mel?
They'll be all front bench. I don't think he's played 90 minutes.
Yeah, I know. I myself would start him straight away. You know, out of desperation, get him in there. But maybe that is the plan. Maybe, you know, Moyes again will hold, and then maybe the last half hour, then try and pose a threat and nick it.
Right.
So that could be the plan for Ings to come on then. But, you know, people must say that, you know, his goals, will he score the goals? Of course he will. He'll score you goals, you know, because that's what he does. He ain't an ex-winger. He's a striker.
Is he going to get the service?
That's the issue. That's the issue. No, so I'd love to see him ultimately up front with Skamaka. Right. But do I have faith in Moyes doing that? No, not really. But I'd like, it's no point in leaving him up there on his own and being, you know, him being isolated now instead of Skamaka being isolated or Antonio isolated. It's no good swapping that for that.
Do you think he could be used as a target man to lay off to like Antonio?
I don't know. I don't think he's that type of player because I think when you saw him at Villa, when he was playing with Ollie Watkins, it seemed to work. Ollie Watkins next to him, you know, the big guy, small guy. And so you look at that and go, maybe Skamaka and him together. I just don't see Moyes doing it, that's all.
Right, okay.
But he might surprise us all. I'll be surprised. Yeah, no, I think it's a good signing. And I mean, if you look back, I think in the last 3.5 seasons, he's scored something like 47 goals.
It's not bad, is it?
It's not bad at his age. You know what I mean? He's still scoring Premier League goals. I mean, Antonio's our highest Premier League goal scorer, and it's only 50 odd. You know, over probably 10 seasons.
Right.
So he's going to get you goals. You know.
Oh, well, interesting times.
It's a positive now. That's what West Ham really need. So do Everton. We need a positive. And this is something.
Is he fit to play? Because Moyes said he forgot to ask.
If either what?
If he's fit to play. If he's registered to play. Because Moyes doesn't know. He forgot to ask.
He doesn't know.
On his press conference. He said, I don't know. I forgot to ask.
Oh, behave. Really?
Straight up. He did. Straight up.
Oh, man. It just builds you with confidence, doesn't he, every day? But, you know.
He might be doing it. He might be playing mind games with Everton. He might not want Everton to know.
Maybe. And he is notorious for that. Even lying. He's notorious for lying in press conferences about people being fit and not. So, yeah, it could be mind games. It could be smarter than we give him credit for.
Yeah. We'll see tomorrow.
Brother Lawrence says Moyes should have been already sacked. Possibly, but you've got to deal with what you've got at the moment. You've got to see him. You don't want to see him lose to get a manager sacked. You want the 3 points.
No. Yeah, simple as that. You want 3 points, whatever, regardless whether he stays, goes, or whatever. We need 3 points on the board. This is crucial. The games are running out.
Absolutely.
And we've got a lot at West Ham. We've got a lot of hard games in front of them coming. You know, it likes it. And this is where they didn't used to be hard games, but they are now. Newcastle, Brighton, right? These are considered now as really tough games and lucky if you get a result. So where before you think, they're winnable games. Not anymore. No. They're hard games. And you've got Spurs coming. You've got Chelsea coming. And you go, Jesus Christ. This little stint we had here with Wolves and Everton, really, we needed 6 points. And now we think we might be lucky to get 3.
Yeah.
And with them games coming, God, you know, you can be seriously rock bottom and away from everyone in a real short space of time.
That's right.
In the next 4 weeks. Jesus.
6 points put you above top half of the table.
Big difference, yeah. Massive. It's so congested, isn't it? Say from 12th down.
Yeah.
You know, it's 7 teams worried. There's got to be at least 7 teams worried about where they are.
Definitely.
And you know, we're just one of them.
Yeah.
We just don't look. And this is what I say. I always go about how the performance is. If we've lost a game and we played really well and could have won it, that's different to playing a game where you never look like scoring. And that's where we're at the moment. Against that Wolves, we never look like scoring. We never look like winning. That worries me.
Did you watch the Cardiff game? Leeds Cardiff?
No, I just grabbed the highlights, Mal. I saw the goals, basically.
I just wondered what
Was
you
it good?
thought. I just wondered what you thought.
Well, Leeds good in the game. Now take it by the result, but
I thought they were excellent.
yeah,
Just like
good.
Just to the defence again. A silly mistake.
Yeah, a couple of sloppy goals at the end there, Mal. I saw, but like you know, the game one they sort of switched off, didn't they? A bit poor. Got to stop doing it. Yeah,
absolutely.
Mally, what podcast did you with the Hammers and Everton fan were you watching?
I don't know what it was called. It was Hammers Chat, Hammers Fans TV.
Yeah, it was Gio. It would have been Gio, Hammers Chat.
It's the Scottish lad.
Yeah, that's Gio.
Chat. Mally looks a bit like Bielsa.
The Everton boy was quite good, wasn't he?
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I did see it.
Yeah,
I just watched it before it came on, actually. I want to see what the Everton boy says. It's strange that Gio asked him whether West Ham should keep Moyes, and he went, "Yeah, you should keep him on."
Yeah,
surprising. Yeah,
he said he'd take him, didn't he?
He sort of did, and he said it might not be the best time for him to come to Everton, as it's such a basket case, isn't it?
But as football stands, he said he'd take him. It's just the politics. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It was good. I like that Scottish lad. And
Gio's very good. He's very good.
That's on with him, is it?
That's Charlie's best. That's Charlie's best mate.
Okay.
That's who Charlie. That's the channel Charlie works for.
Right. Yeah. No, it was very good.
Yeah, it was good.
Molly Moyes is so predictable. My granny could manage better.
Yeah, I don't know.
West Ham have sold lost rules.
Is that done and dusted?
It looks like it, doesn't it?
That's fair enough.
And I think you've got more money than you've paid for him, which is a rarity for a West Ham, isn't it? You've actually got more money than what you paid for him.
Absolutely. We've probably got $1.5 million more than we paid, but when we do lose money, we lose it, in the 20s. So
yeah, West Ham.
Yeah. Terrible.
Sad Michael, but it's closer to his home, and we promised him that if available.
G'day, Lawrence.
How are you doing, Lawrence? Armani says, at one point, Burnley had 93% possession for nearly 10 minutes. Good game. Charlie Taylor is garbage, though. They will need an upgrade their defence massively in the Premier League.
Doesn't everyone when they come out of the Championship?
Yeah. That's what me and Mally were talking about with Leeds. We haven't. I mean, apart from bringing Verber in, we haven't really addressed our back line since 3 years ago.
I've always found that, Stu, Championship teams, the level of defenders from there to the Premier League is massive. I think there's always a big difference, You can get away with it in the Championship, but not in the Premier League. That you have to upgrade your defence and you have to be better and it's more solid, I always find that. And a lot of teams get caught out with that, don't they?
I think Marsh is trying to rely on outscoring the opponent. We can score more than you, because up top, I think we've got one of the best attacking options in Premier League. He's got some really good players to choose from.
You have got good attacking players. I've said that, Mal. That's why I don't think Leeds will get relegated. But when you and I said to you when West Ham played Leeds will give you chances,
Yeah,
won't
that's
they?
the problem.
And that's the problem. You've got to cut that out, because them giving chances like you did it for us. I mean, you gave us a penalty, and you set up Skamaka for his goal.
Yeah.
You know, that gave us a point, where that could have been 3 points to you if you cut that out.
It could have
So
been
it does
3
make
points
a
to you.
difference.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think
But,
Everton will park the bus tomorrow.
I think both teams will.
Both teams, right, mate? Both teams will. There's two buses on this pitch, right? There's two buses in front of their goal.
Both teams will be scared of losing.
Ings owns Everton 7 goals. Ings owns Everton 7 goals against him.
Oh well, it's a good stat.
He is registered and can play laugh out loud. All right, so he is registered. Good.
Fair enough.
Had to be registered by midday to play. Good evening, Charlie boy. Hope you're doing well.
It's a bugger when your manager doesn't know.
CB.
I know, but like we said, he does play mind games.
Just a town zone. I've just done.
Hi, Charlie. Good evening, CB. Good evening, brother Wally. Hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you're doing well.
Wally.
I really think Leeds or Wolves need to. Oh, right, hang on a minute. I really don't think Wolves need to worry.
I think they need to worry. Yeah, I just believe they'll be all right, but they still need to worry.
Yeah.
I'll know better in February, I think. Get this window over with.
Gio, never heard of him. That's Charlie. Good evening, hiya, Lawrence Titch. Burnley have some bright young sparks. A kid come on the second half. Manuel Benson, Belgian. He is fire.
Do you know? The first time I got to see, changing the subject there, Man City game against Tottenham. Who's that young lad? What was his name? The young lad at right backs who sort of played like an inverted right back into the midfield. What? 18? Are you kidding me? What a player. He's going to be an absolute star. Guarantee that. Absolute star. The confidence that boy had in that game was unreal. What a little player he's going to be.
He were taking some big hits from players like Højbjerg and stuff as well.
Yeah. You know? And still getting up and getting on with it. Yeah. And he just linked the play. He was everywhere. And he isn't like a young lad, with all these senior pros that, hardly give him the ball. They were looking for him all the time. He was getting the ball, and I thought he looked superb. He looks like he could be a right back, defensive midfielder, a free at the back guy. Oh, yeah.
He's keeping Cancelo out at team, isn't he?
He's some boy, man. I know he rotates Pep. You can't judge. He's getting in front of Cancelo, but because he left De Bruyne and Foden on the bench as well, didn't he? But man, the young lad impressed me. For an 18-year-old man, I went, wow. There's another superstar that Man City have got along with Foden. Wow.
Yeah. They seem to find them though, don't they? They keep producing them, don't they? For the youth academies and stuff.
Exactly, Stu. And it's not just, the £50 million player they buy or the £80 million player. They bring out these little gems are coming through as well.
But are they coming from the Etihad umbrella?
I don't know because I know nothing about that young Lewis. I think Foden was, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
But I'm not sure about this boy. I don't know if they bought him and brought him in as a youngster or, only just got him. But some talent.
Good evening, everyone watching. The latest total is 13k for that Darlington player, Paddy Almond, who was in hospital with a bleed on his brain. Yeah, Ian, I did put a link up. Actually, I tell you, it's here as well. So if anyone wants to donate to the Darlington player, that's the link for his for him. Bless him. Me and Lee did put a donation on as well for him.
Yeah, that's a shame.
It's a shame, like German. So yeah. Have you? Oh, you'd have to ask him, Lawrence. Brother Lawrence laughing his head off. Mally, what do you think of Perkins?
From what I've seen of him, from what I've seen of him, he looks a tidy player. Yeah, and he scored a goal.
He scored a goal. Yeah, that's it. Won a season, not bad, eh? Good player.
No, not bad at all.
Yeah, I know Lawrence loves him. Lawrence really likes Sonny Perkins. Chelsea have spent 170 million euros in January transfer window alone, more than Bundesliga, Serie A, French League, and La Liga. Sorry, brother Titch. La Liga combined in January, 69 million euros so far. Yeah, but do you know what Chelsea are doing? Chelsea have got over 10 years. They've got to spend so much money. That was the deal when they bought Chelsea. So what they're doing is they're spending it all now. So as it comes up, if they spend it all now, they've done that 180 million pound in 10 years, and then they won't get affected by financial fair play. They found a loophole around the system. It's clever how they've done it. Really clever how they've done it.
Oh well.
Yeah, I watched it. See, this is what you get for watching other people's YouTube channels. You learn quite a bit. That's crazy, Michael. Michael, they must have one of us. They must have one of us sofa to search. I know one of us sofa to search. Thanks, guys. You're welcome, Ian. You're welcome, mate. People talk about Pep just buying the very best, but he also gives the youth players the chances. He does.
Absolutely, CW. Absolutely. And he'd say he doesn't just throw them in the deep end and ruin them. He gradually brings them in, doesn't he? And even with Foden now, he's still sparing with Foden, and he's made his international debuts. He's playing a regular for England, and he still brings him along and just doesn't overplay him. And no, I think Pep's quite smart with his youth.
Keeps the feet on the ground, doesn't he?
Absolutely.
Be interesting to see what happens to Man City when he goes, because he ain't going to stay there forever.
Maybe not.
That went wrong way.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
What's going on? Walking the dog.
You walking the dog, mate?
Yeah, y'all can hear me?
Yeah,
mate.
Yeah, I'm walking the youngin.
Who's walking who? Who's walking who?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What we say, boys? What we say?
How you doing? Oh shit, man! I got one set. You got.
We got a TB. We've got an FA Cup final coming up this week. Your winner takes all. That's it.
That's it. We're winning the cup now. Ings is in the building.
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
Huh?
We're a bit more positive now, Charlie, with Ings there. We just hope we can start scoring goals now. That's what we're looking at. It's a positive for West Ham, and I reckon Ings will do all right.
Yeah, I think so. I've been wanting to get him. A lot of people say he's too old. I don't think 30's too old. I think 30's just right. Right on time.
Where are you, Charlie, with that daylight?
Huh?
Where are
you on the beach?
Nah, hold on. Look, I'm at a baseball. It's like a community park. You see, it's a baseball field. They got a basketball. They even got like where you could do like roller skating hockey, if that's what you call that, because it ain't no ice down here.
Right.
So, and then on the other side, it's like a little nature. It's like a little nature trail.
Sounds lovely.
Yeah, he likes going around the baseball field, so that's where we go.
Obviously,
I got off and washed up, taking him for a walk. Got to pick up sis. I said, let me go see Stu and Lee. Let me pull up on Uncle Cieran. Titchy boy. What you saying, Titch?
I'm good, man. This is Mally as well, by the way. He's up there.
Hey, Mal. Yeah, so I'm sorry. I can't even see, man. On my phone, it's really tiny.
Yeah, Mally's a good guy. And I'm going to expose somebody who's not a good guy in a minute. Get ready, everybody. An infiltrator for all you Leeds United fans. I'm going to do it now, actually. I like to.
I sent do it. I sent what you call it.
I hope it isn't that bloody guy wearing the Man United t-shirt.
What, this guy?
Yeah.
So,
traitor. Get him off.
He claims to be Leeds United.
Sideways. Now we full way vision.
Look
Get
at that.
off.
Look at that Harmonie. Nashi's in a. Look at that. Disgusting.
Yeah, I see, mate.
Hey, what you didn't say? Whoa, watch out, Triple would have done.
Hey, at least you're not freezing your nuts off up in Brooklyn, eh?
Nah.
Yeah,
look,
we are. We're freezing.
I'm in shorts.
Yeah, same here, brother. Same here.
We ain't.
Yeah, me too, Harmony. I'm furious.
What we say with Leeds? Who they got this weekend?
Brentford away.
Oh, Brentford away. What's the bet? Harmony knows. I need a good bet.
Yeah, Harmony's. She said I saw in the comments she's bet on West Ham as part of her accumulator.
Yeah.
I don't know who else she's put in there.
Hey
man.
Well, he thinks Boys to Men are from London.
What does he say?
Oh shit, Charlie. So we had a little couple shows with Wally and Lawrence, and it was like a little competition based. And can you believe that Wally from Philly had never heard of Boys to Men from Philly?
What?
Yeah.
He never what?
He'd never heard of Boys to Men.
How old is he? How old's Wally?
Wally's
old though. Nah, but Boys to Men's old though.
Men.
Nah, they had hits in the 80s, right?
Yeah. Well, 90s. But yeah, Wally never heard of Boys to Men. But thankfully,
Wally, how old was you in 1992?
Yeah.
Thankfully, Lawrence knows his music.
Even I knew who Boys to Men were.
Yeah, exactly. Even Stuart, who lives in a cave. And don't
I live in my bedroom.
Wally said he'd been 45 since 1986.
Cieran, Titch, do you think the signing of Ings is to appease the West Ham fan base to take the pressure off of Moyes?
Don't really matter, does it?
No, I think it's bloody needed because we can't score goals. That's what it's. That's why we signed him.
Yeah, don't matter.
That's why we're hard scoring. So we need someone who can.
The question is it a good signing or not?
What do you think, Charlie? Charlie, what do you think of Danny Ings at West Ham?
Nah, we got to get somebody in. Hold on, I got to switch arms. My arms getting tired. We had to get somebody in, and he could chase them down.
Yeah.
I think we had to get mans in. Antonio's talking crazy. Oh wait, hold on, I got my finger over there. Antonio's talking. He ain't lying though. What he's saying, he ain't lying, but he shouldn't say it in public. You know what I'm saying?
What did he say? What did Antonio say?
Nah, he said that right now the team's struggling because we transitioning to be a big dog. You know, we trying to keep possession and teams are countering us like we used to do them. And we're not transitioning quick enough, and that's why we like failing. You know what I mean? And he ain't really lying, so
he's giving tactics away.
Hurt, so he's leaking his opinion. Skamaka's hurt. Shit, we got to get somebody. Hell yeah, I'm happy about it.
Yeah,
good signing. It's good signing.
That's the only good news we had since I've been home, so I'm taking it.
I'm a fan of Danny Ings, so I'm glad, and it is needed. It's needed, and I said it like of the three strikers, him, Skamaka, and Antonio. The way we play, he's gonna be the one that would score you the most goals in this current team. So just hope he stays fit because we know his injury record is not the best.
And he's not the youngest player, is he?
Nah. Charlie
boy living the life. If Antonio goes, then we get Skamaka's already banged up a little bit. Ings goes down. Oh man, what we gonna do?
Is Corner injured?
Is it cold in Leeds?
Hey?
Is it cold in Leeds?
Is he injured? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like in Leeds. I'm in Cardiff.
Yeah, he's
injured. Shout out Afters and Becks, the power couple of Leeds.
Just injured all the time. That's it.
Right.
I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Ridiculous.
CBBBB. That's what Charlie Walsh says. Top.
Twin. Oh, watch out. He's going to go after the squirrel. Take it easy.
Yeah, all right.
man.
I'll tell you what happened. Yeah, Stuart messaged me. He said, "Look, I don't really want Charlie Walsh on, but I want to get Charlie Boy on." I'm like, "Make it happen, innit?"
They always do this to me.
And then Stuart on camera today is like, "Oh, Charlie, I think I forgot to send you the link." I think it's Stuart, you little lie.
They always try to do this to me and Walsh, but we're an undeniable force, man. We just,
He's like, yeah, Lee said, yeah, let's spin Charlie Walsh off. Let's get Charlie Boy on. So
we're asking if Charlie will come in on. Lee asked me if Charlie will come in on. He thinks Charlie's funny.
Yeah, I gotta come on when I'm not walking the dog, so I can sit down, man. My arm is getting tired holding this camera and walking the dog.
You do that. You do that next time, CB. They have a proper chat.
He's coming on tomorrow when I do you're coming on the watch along, innit?
Yeah. Early in the morning. Yeah, the weekend's good, man. Weekend's good because 5 o'clock my time. Sometimes I'm not even home yet. So you know what I mean?
Yeah. So it'd be seated tomorrow when we do the Liverpool Chelsea game. Yeah. Oh yeah, we just spoke about Michael. Yeah, Chelsea, Liverpool v Chelsea. So it should be a good game actually.
Watch out for the Gators, Charlie boy.
Oh nah, I ain't around the water, man. I ain't going around there. Not me. Not me. I stay away from the water. I'm a land creature.
Yeah, I understand that, Harmonie. Seriously,
Banned from all channels. In fact, if you look at my desk, he ain't on it, but he is actually in the intro video. That'll be getting cut out. I can't have that.
But let's speak about that. Seriously, yeah. Right. I'm not like, come on, man. Let's speak about that. Like, Mally, seriously, what's your thoughts on that? Like, he's changed his channel name from Yorkshire Born to Yorkshire Red Born, and he's posing in a Manchester United kit. Like,
he's looking for attention and he's getting it because we're talking about it.
Yeah, but I mean, but even looking for attention, would you put on a Man United shirt as your profile picture?
I'll put it on fire.
Exactly. I don't get it. I
wouldn't wear another team. I wouldn't even do a bet like that. If somebody's like, "Oh, you lose, you got to wear my kit." I wouldn't even take a bet like that. Nah.
This guy's
it's like you guys wearing Arsenal t-shirts or Tottenham or whoever your biggest rival is.
I wouldn't wear anyone's shirt. Anyone's. Oh, what's that? No one.
Yeah, you don't do
that. European shirt, maybe. I might wear a Barcelona shirt or Real Madrid shirt.
I wear a European shirt. I don't wear.
Not another team in the Premier League. You've got to be kidding me.
No chance.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm fond of West Ham, but even I know I won't wear a West Ham shirt.
Exactly.
But I am fond of West Ham.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. But
white, blue, and yellow.
But the rivalry, Leeds United, come on, Man United is the one team that you would not be associated with.
But to change your name and then to rub it in your face, what's he expecting?
I don't. Yeah, it's weird. A bit weird.
Well, I hope he's watching this, and Keith, you should be bloody ashamed of yourself.
Right.
Let me just
flip flop. Call him flip flop.
There he is. Subscribe. He wants subscribers. Yorkshire Redborn. Man United.
You still see me? We taking the show to the road. We in the car, so I gotta go pick up fish, man. But we staying ready. I'm in the cockpit.
Is it cockpit? Is it cockpit? Manny, by the way, I forgot to mention it, love. Justin Thomas asked how you were. I just said that you were fine. I left it at that. That were it. End of discussion. 2-0 Hammers win, 3-0 Leeds win.
Leeds at home, did you say?
Yeah, we're at home.
We're not. Are we? Are we?
You've been
Stuart,
I can't believe he did that. Honestly, I cannot believe he did that. That was really that is annoying. It got when you sent me that picture, Titch, yesterday. Lee ran to his mum and says, "Mum, that Nash, that Keith Nash has put a Man United shirt on." Even Lee knows.
I don't know.
Never mind, Nashi. Are we at home?
I'm looking. I'm looking.
But Harmonie's saying 2-0 West Ham.
Come on,
Yeah, we're at home. We are at home.
Are
Oh,
we?
Mally.
Yeah.
You're not Man
Straight up.
United.
I thought we would away at Brentford.
You're not Man United as well, are you?
Yeah. Do you
Look at
know
his
if Man
face.
United
Look at
are
his face.
over?
That's a death stare. He's like you.
Yeah, look. 23rd.
No,
Sunday,
Fair
23rd of
enough.
February. Leeds United v Brentford.
I apologise. I thought we were away.
Well, I tell you what, Harmony, that's a bright scoreline.
Yeah, that's why I asked.
What was that? What was
'Cause I
that?
thought they was away.
I said, I'm sorry, Stu.
That's
I don't think many teams are putting 3 past Brentford.
No,
But-
I don't either. But
Yeah.
we've got the attacking force.
Yeah.
You do. You do.
But can you keep a clean sheet?
It's the
I
nil.
doubt it.
It's the nil bit that's worrying.
3-3, maybe.
You know, any win over Brentford is, in this current sort of the way the season is and the way they're playing would be
Big
a
3
big
points.
3 points, massive.
Absolutely.
Massive.
Absolutely.
You know, because like I said to Mally earlier, you know, the likes of Brighton, Brentford, Fulham, Newcastle, God, they're hard to beat. They're
Yeah.
playing well. They're good sides, mate. I reckon they are all top 10 sides at the moment and deserve to be.
Yeah.
And to beat one of them, you're doing well, really well.
That Acker's a bit iffy. I think Leeds and Hammers might let you down there.
Yeah.
I genuinely believe that West Ham should have, if West Ham can't beat Everton in the form of what Everton are in, the turmoil Everton's in, players don't want to play. Anthony Gordon wants out away from club because his car got bloody youth chased after his car and blocked him in. They all want away from that club. They can't wait to get out. And if you can't beat Everton tomorrow, you want to go to the stadium and bounce him out yourself. Seriously, because he can't. There's no excuse for not beating. There's no excuse for not beating Everton tomorrow, especially at home. Especially.
No, it's a must win.
I'm just going to go make a quick coffee. I'll let you admire my wallpaper.
Yeah.
All right. Nobody's.
Especially Titch, because I don't know if he's seen it yet.
Yeah, Paolo Nonto. I haven't seen the goal though. I haven't even seen any of that game.
You ain't seen the goal? Oh,
Nah.
screaming.
I haven't
Crack.
seen it.
Absolute beauty.
Look, he's got big thighs, isn't he, Nonto?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's a little pocket rocket, isn't he?
Yeah, little stocky little boy. The only problem what I don't agree to is Jesse Marsh coming out and saying that referees need to protect him more. Now, I believe if you say that in your press conference, you're just setting your player up to be a target.
Well, he probably is a target. But you've got to stop. If you've got a great creative player like he seems to be, you've got to stop him. Any team's going to do that. It's not new, is it? You know, it's not new. Man City do it every week, mate. As soon as they lose the ball, mate, that boy coming out, they're going to foul him. It doesn't matter. They'll bring him down, you know, but I'll try and bring him down in the other half and take the free kick and maybe take the booking if it means stopping the play going ahead. That's going to happen to Nonto too. So
I agree.
I want to hear yours and Mally's opinion because I spoke to Stuart about this yesterday. I said to Stuart, because he's very, very young, he's adapted to the Premier League straight away. He costs Leeds pennies. I've got a feeling at the end of this season that some of these bigger teams, and I mean that respectfully, they're going to be circling because of his age. He's an international, and he doesn't need to adapt to the Premier League because he already has. Do you see somebody in the summer, like, you know, and I would say a bigger club, and I say that respectfully, do you see someone coming in for him in the summer?
Oh, I think people will come in for him definitely.
After even it's basically half a season, do you think someone will come in
Yeah,
for him
definitely.
or monitor him for the next season, or literally come in for him this season?
No, I think they'll come in for him. I think a club. I think Willie Nonto's good enough to play for Man City. I really do.
I think so. Even as he's young, so he's still like, maybe not a starter, but he's got the potential to be a City player.
It's down to if the 49ers, the San Francisco 49ers, are going to take over this summer, and if they're going to be strong and say no, none of our players are for sale. If Radzali's in charge, I wouldn't like to see if he'd take the money and run or what. I don't know. But if the 49ers are taking over like we think they are, because they're the ones who put the money forward for this Rutter, I don't think he'll be sold this summer. I'm not saying he'll never be sold, but I don't think he'll be sold this summer. If Radzali's still in charge, there's a strong possibility that Radzali will take the money and run. Right,
I thought it was 6.6, but you told me it was like 2.3 million or something that you paid.
Something like that. Yeah, it wasn't a lot of money.
So if somebody comes in for 40 mil, you regardless, you don't think no one won't sell him, even though it's a massive profit.
No. But if the 49ers take over, Titch, we're as books are in green, and for a Premier League club, that's pretty good going.
Yeah.
So we don't need to sell. We're not in that position where we need to sell. I think Radzali needs to sell and bring players in because he hasn't got the funds.
Yeah.
To do it, whereas 49ers have.
The only thing is, growing up, I don't know whether he would, he might have been a whatever, Liverpool or whatever. If somebody comes in that he's, always fancied, then maybe you understand? I just got a feeling that someone's going to come in for him. Yeah,
it's one of them, isn't it? When a player hits the ground running like that, I think that a lot of clubs like to see his second season, because I've seen many players come here, do really well at the start and then drop.
Yeah,
their performances drop in the second season. People find them out, for various reasons. The other teams know what they're about, and so I reckon I think he'll stay at Leeds. I don't think they'll let him go. I think they'll need another season with him, and then you'll find out whether he's as good as he looks at the moment.
Can I just go back to Charlie's comment? That was funny. Charlie Walsh and that one.
Oh, Charlie saw the bomb.
No, what Charlie said just before that.
Oh, CB doing a peach, you got to respect it. Yeah, man. I did star it, and I did star this one as well. Coney got a serious injury. It's a rare injury, isn't it?
What is the injury?
We don't know.
Yeah, what is it? No, what is it?
It's a mystery injury. Nobody knows.
Charlie might know.
I don't know what he's
got. Charlie Boy, CW, in my opinion. I am with Mally. The only thing that that shirt is petrol. Yeah. I knew as soon as the man saw it, I thought that's it.
Lawrence is laughing at him.
Yeah, I mean, that man is my moderator, so if he comes on, he won't be on for long. I know he won't. Is he? I don't know.
He's a moderator as well.
Well, he won't be after today, trust me. Oh, kind of him, lovely guy.
Yeah, same thing for you, Mally. I asked, do you think like the so-called bigger clubs are going to be looking at Nonto?
Oh, without a doubt. Not only in England,
abroad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think his age, so young, and he has slotted straight in the Premier League is a big thing.
Isn't it? It's an international. He's an Italian international. I think he's got a big future in front of him.
He has got a big future.
Yeah.
But the only thing I'd warn him against that is he's got to be careful. Like Chelsea have done it to many players over the years, haven't they? They've seen him play well. They've jumped in, bought him, and just stuck him on the bench.
Ruin them, yeah.
And they never see the first team again. They've done it with a lot of players. And so I'm hoping that he stays with Leeds. Makes his name there. Have another good season next season. And after that,
I think he's surprised. I think he's surprised Jesse Marsh. Because
when he
brought him in to go into 21s.
Wow. Unbelievable.
How old is he? How old is he, please? Is he 19 or 20?
18,
so
19,
who's older, him or Sonny Perkins?
None so for me.
Well, older.
Oh,
Yeah.
older.
Yeah, who's older?
Oh,
I
I'm
don't
sure
know.
Perkins is older than
What?
that.
There won't be much in it. He's about 19. He's Nonso.
Right. So this is my point. My point is this: is that if you've bought him in like Perkins for the 21s, 23s, whatever,
Yeah.
you know, you have to give Jesse Marsh a lot of credit that he's actually said, actually, I've seen enough of this boy. He needs to be in the first team. Do you understand?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And the same can't be said for Perkins. Obviously, Perkins has played a few minutes in that in the cup, but Premier League, this guy's boom, he's in. So he's taken a chance on him, but he surely has to have seen something as a coach and said, you know what, this boy's ready. So yeah, respect to that. Otherwise,
Maybe it's the positions that they play, Titch. You know, I can't see Sonny Perkins being on wing, and maybe I can see Nonso being as a number 9. I don't know. It's good enough. But
Well,
yeah,
do you know, at
at
West Ham, Mally, Perkins was a midfielder. That's what, you know, he brought up as a kid. He was always a midfielder. And then I think the under 18s or under whatever he was playing for, they got strikers injured. So they just threw him up front. And ever since then, he's been classed as a striker. But his stock was midfield. So,
okay. Well, I don't know if Marsh knows that.
Sure he does, but he's not an out and out. He weren't an out and out striker as a kid growing up. He's more of a midfielder.
Because I think he was bought. Yeah. I think he was bought as a striker come number 10, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He wasn't brought in as a midfielder.
Nah, but he's not naturally a striker. Far from it.
Okay, that's interesting.
Mally, you think I might fit him well into the banter?
Yeah. Listen.
What banter? I'm being serious. It's not banter.
I was going to call you Mr. Happy, but I thought I better call you Mr. Serious instead. Well, Michael didn't know that stat.
What was that one?
What stat?
Oh, Brentford.
After the World Cup.
And the game before, they beat Man City away as well.
Yeah.
So if you beat
informed team, mate. Informed team.
Yeah. As I said to Stuart, whatever Thomas Frank's doing, he's got sprinkling some magic dust. Because it isn't just a one season wonder. He's done it over a number of seasons.
We need some of that.
Keeps bringing these players through.
We need some of that dust.
Yeah.
Angel dust. Evening, Liam.
Mate, say when you start seeing the likes of Brighton play Liverpool off the park,
3-0,
you start. They played them off the park. Yeah. They were so good.
It's a crazy season. It's a crazy season all round,
isn't it?
And remember, Brighton in De Zerbi's first game, they drew 3-3 with Liverpool as well. So they scored 6 goals against them in 2 Premier League games.
Yeah. I mean, look at Chelsea.
Yeah,
I would have thought Chelsea would have been down in 10th.
That's why tomorrow is a massive game, Liverpool-Chelsea, because if there is a loser, the season just becomes even worse than it already is.
Top 6 will be over, won't it? For them?
Well, their ambition is always top 4, so even you don't even put them in the top 6 sort of reckoning. It's always top 4. So that's realistically, whoever loses that.
Yeah. I think that's
there's spaces up for grabs, isn't there? There's spaces up for grabs then in that top 6, and we'll have a surprise in top 4, won't we? By the looks of it.
Yeah, which could be Newcastle, but then it could be. You look at Fulham, Brighton. Yeah, you look at his team, and you think if they maintain the form, then they're going to be right up there.
They're only a couple of points outside, aren't they?
Yeah. Let me check exactly, but yeah, Brighton is. Sorry, Trossard's gone to Arsenal today, isn't he? From Brighton.
Yeah.
Lawrence is going.
Oh, see you later, Lawrence.
It's like go.
Lawrence is going.
Oh, take care, Lawrence. Brother Lawrence, mate. Take care.
See you later, Lawrence.
I mean, Brighton have just let Trossard go. They must have a replacement in for him, ready for him already.
Yeah, he had a bust up. He had a bust up with the manager, didn't he?
Yeah.
He said he wanted to leave. That's it. His agent. He wanted him out. He wanted to leave, and they had to get rid of him. And he's gone to Arsenal. That's what's happened, is it?
Yeah, he'll be picking a Premier League winners medal up, I think.
Ooh,
He's a good player, though, man.
good boy, yeah. Good player, man.
Brighton.
I don't know if this is the right time, but I'd just like to ask Cieran, Titch, and the room, the chat in general, of something that me and Stuart were talking about earlier on today.
Yeah.
Now, I'm in the yes camp. Before I ask the question, I'm in the yes camp. But due to all these head injuries and Parkinson's, dementia, and all this business, do you think the Premier League should set up a friendly between two clubs to play a game where they don't head the ball?
No.
I'm in no camp, mate, because I just can't see football without heading.
Nah.
No.
Football wouldn't be football.
I mean, I know there'll be a lot of science still to be done behind it. I think it'd improve the game, but that's just me.
You know what I think, Manny? I think the dementia and all of the head injuries, I think is back in the day, obviously the balls was a lot heavier. There was a lot of heading training and specifically heading. And I just think, I think nowadays the balls are fairly light. They're very well cushioned. I think that, and we can't look ahead 40, 50 years to know, okay, the current players, you understand? But I just think, I personally believe it was the weight of those balls all those years ago is why. And, what's happened has happened. There's nothing you can do about that. But I don't believe that the balls we use today are going to have the same impact.
But do you think there's more clash of heads in the modern day?
Yeah, my issue with that.
I'm not bothered about heading the football. I'm on about head-to-head contact.
Oh, okay.
I just don't. I just hate people legislating against sport for health and safety and all that. These guys choose to play this game.
Right.
Guys who do the Isle of Man TT, people die there every year. And it's easy to say, well, we're banning that. But people love it. The riders love it. And it's the most dangerous race in the world, that Isle of Man TT on motorbikes, passing brick walls at 200 miles an hour. Look at boxing. What do? We play boxing without hitting to the head. There's been loads of bad injuries and brain damage from that. And when people were trying to ban boxing because of it, now this MMA is started, and that is far more brutal. Yeah, it's got a massive following all around the world. It is massive. But I don't like that. I don't think you should be able to knee people in the head or elbow him to the eye. I mean, it's disgusting. I really think it's too violent and it's too rough. It makes boxing look like a kid's game, doesn't it? So I don't like people legislating and spoiling that sport and putting rules in place. So, and when you look at, if you look at percentage of them head injuries and maybe later on down in life, I'd say it'd be a very small percentage in football when you look at the amount of people around the world play it.
Jesse Marsh was asked the question in his press conference.
Yeah.
He says in America, they're not allowed to head the ball under 15 years of age. How they come to that? How they come to that decision? Whether you don't grow a brain until you're 15. I really don't know. But apparently, you're not allowed to head a ball.
Well, if we don't want to head the ball, we just all play five-a-side, then, don't we?
That's what I said to Stuart. Remind you of five-a-side, but I don't know. I think personally, it'd be better for a game.
I don't know, Malik, because I think any crosses in the box, you won't
get them. You won't get them.
Keepers unopposed.
That's exactly. That's what I was saying to Stuart. You won't. The long ball.
So what do you do with a corner then? A corner becomes,
it becomes a short corner, doesn't it?
Yeah. So then the game becomes too mundane, and we like. Listen, just like boxing, styles make fights, styles make games. So when you get like Man City v Sam Allardyce, West Ham, and somehow West Ham nick a 1-0, Pep Guardiola is fuming. But Allardyce has done, he's worked with the tools that he's got. So you understand? So it's a stylistically, we got to play the percentages, play the long balls, set pieces and all that. So that is the beauty of football, is that you can mix it up. You know, like if it, you know, that falls into Man City's hands. If there ain't no heading and all that, all the teams that would have joy against Man City, you ain't getting that joy no more, because you can't outplay Man City on the ground. You can't do that. So that would play into the better teams' hand, or the bigger teams.
Yeah. As I say, I'm just wondering how it affects this concussion protocol, because you wouldn't need a concussion protocol then, would you?
But Moyes, I think Moyes might be on Marsh's side here, because West Ham have stopped heading the ball from set pieces lately.
Right.
In both boxes.
As I say, it's not the ball that concerns me, it's the clash of heads.
Yeah, I think it's just part and parcel, and that's what it is.
If you think about it, Mally, rugby is, you're more than likely in a scrum to whack heads with someone. So if you ever ban heading from football, then, you know, all these other sports like Cieran has mentioned, then, you know, they've also got to be banned, because when it comes
they'd have to look into it. If there's proof, if there's scientific proof that
but Mally, there's scientific proof that, you know, taking a lot of blows to the head in boxing does give you brain damage. There is scientific proof. But what do you do?
I'm surprised boxing exists. Personally.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But for the people who love doing it and watching it, they want it to exist, and the people that are taking part accept that risk.
They know,
and I think they should have the right to accept that risk.
Right.
So that's how I feel about it.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, it's, you know, I get where you're coming from, but, you know, in boxing, you know, one punch could be fatal.
Yeah.
I tell you, listen, this is like, let's take heading out of. Well, no, I actually don't, but I'll give you an example. When I was very young, I was playing adult football, but I was young, and we was out playing this grown adult team, but we was all kids. Anyway, they was probably getting frustrated, and there was a big black African guy. He was probably about 6'5", but built like that. And all I remember is the ball bounced on the halfway line, and I tiptoed to head it in my path and carry on running. And all the kids I went to school with and that grew up with, they said he just swung, boot me in my temple. And then obviously I got knocked out, had to go to hospital and all that. So even that was, you know, it wasn't down to me heading the ball. This guy boot me in my temple. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So even taking away heading and all of that, there's still risk in football, you know, broken legs. And you're always, any sports, there's always going to be a risk. And like I said, is even if you took away heading, for instance, somebody could still put a high foot up, and what happened to me was, you know, you get kicked in your temple, and there's always going to be
that all because you put your head down.
No, my head was up. I was on my tiptoes, leaning to nod it forward.
I'm saying, you were going for the ball with your head.
Yeah, but he wasn't going for the ball. He was going for my head. You know, by all accounts, they told me, listen, this guy wasn't trying to get the ball.
To be fair, Titch, you're only 3 foot tall.
All he had to do was a Charlie Walsh kick. He didn't have to go very high.
No, it was just a thought. It was just a thought. That was all. Just a topic of conversation.
No, I get it. I do get it.
As we're talking, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the comments, and I'm going to style the messages to go back to like the questions what get asked and stuff like that. So I'm not going to chat.
Go through them, mate.
Right.
Mally, it's a good debate, mate. But it will divide people.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course.
He is an Italian international. He was always, obviously, he was our best, was a quality player. Both Cini and Nonto are better than Rafinha. I said that, and I've put him. I think the thing with Cini is I want to see more of him before I say that Harmonie, but definitely Nonto. I think Nonto is a better player than Rafinha.
I think they're both more grounded than Rafinha.
What do you mean by that?
I think Rafinha had an ego.
Do you?
Whereas I don't think these two. I think Rafinha thought he was better than what he actually was, and it's been proved that at Barcelona.
Thing is that, well, that boy behind you had the biggest ego I've ever seen in football, Di Canio.
Yeah,
and he's done all right.
Yeah,
he's a nutter. Oh, let's just speak. Can we speak about that push on? Was it Paul Alcock, the referee?
Yeah.
Like, What
What
the way the referee like it was like a comedy.
Oh,
film,
when
that
Canio pushed him down and he went
oh
down like
my,
he
that
got
was
shot.
like all you needed was the Benny Hill music to that.
In stages.
Yeah, that was pathetic.
Do you know what made me laugh? The look on that Alcott's face, the referee's face, when he went on ground. He looked at him. He looked right. I thought, wow. What, you know, I thought the Canio shinned him, not just some as well as pushing him or what. But
That
no, he went down like he'd been shot.
Listen, in this day and age, the referee would have got a yellow card for simulation for that. That was ridiculous. Oh my god!
No, I can't say I remember it.
Oh, you don't remember it? Oh,
No.
when we just go on YouTube,
I'll have to send you. I'll find a
Mally,
video.
you'd be like, "What the f is this guy doing?"
Yeah.
Embarrassing.
I must likely saw it. I just don't remember it.
I think Nonto will already be tracked by the bigger teams. It's just about when they decide to move. My gut says that they'll wait another season.
Yeah.
I'm miles behind my comments, guys. We beat Brentford just the other day.
Yeah, well,
Brentford reserves.
Well, he's taking any
reserves.
positives, and I respect that. Any positives we can. See you later, Lawrence. I know he's gone already.
Want to say a massive thank you to you both for coming on the other day. Can't believe the support. Much love to you all.
Let's speak about that. So Stuart's son done a watch along with his friend. His friend is from Bradford, but he supports Spurs, yeah. And obviously Liam's Man City. So yeah, it's funny. Like, Spurs obviously winning 2-0, and Liam was like, you know, normally when he speaks about Man City, he's all like confident and cocky because they always win, innit? He was like throwing a wobbly and that, but yeah, obviously Spurs done a Spursy and lost 4-2.
Yeah, won it great.
That was lovely.
Brilliant. Love it. Absolutely love it. Orange!
Oh, Charlie, get Charlie, yeah, go to as soon as I saw his friend, yeah, I said he looks like Affers, yeah, and Stuart was like, he does. So his friend Jordan, that's him there, he looks just like Affers. So if you go to that video, Stuart puts the link in this video, tell me that doesn't look like Affers. And Affers is in Leeds, this guy's in Bradford, so they're very close as well.
Wow.
Trust me, Charlie will look at him and go like, and you, Cieran, like, yeah, that's Affers.
Yeah.
Badly.
I'm gonna find link.
Actually, don't worry, Stu. You do what you're doing. I'll put it in my thing. I'll put it on my screen. I'll get it.
Sorry, mate. Cheers. Hi, Larry. Hi, Rama, mate. Hi, Larry.
Yes, broski.
And the rest are all well.
Broski.
And of course, Papa Wally. I think they should wear helmets and pads like real football. No, for the American football. Real football that you barely use your feet for, Wally.
Yeah.
I personally believe that the ball material is much more different now, and I'm sure this may sound arrogant, but don't they get paid enough? Well, I know what they're letting themselves do for when they take up that career, don't they? They're adults that are, they're old enough. But I just can't see football without heading in it unless it's five-a-side again. Waist side ball can't go above your waist and stuff like that. I personally think we should consider banning heading in youth football. Not sure when you would start to allow heading, but I don't think we need. I do think we need to figure something out.
That sounds like something like Charlie Walsh would say. Something.
Yeah. I still believe you should be able to make 2-footed tackles. So it's no good asking me. They ban everything else.
What? I mean, I can't think off the top of my head, Cieran, but what has been knocked out of the game from the 70s to today? You know,
but the bad tackling, they've addressed that, haven't they? I mean, flair players now get a lot more freedom because the tackling that was in the 70s was brutal, wasn't it?
And absolutely. They got away with it.
And I agree with that to a point. But I think a good tackle is a good tackle. If you come in with 2 feet and clean that ball straight up and don't, go near the player, they're still giving that as a booking and red cards, and I don't agree with that. I think if you clean that all up fair,
call it dangerous play now, don't they?
Yeah, now they just class it as dangerous play, and that's it. And I just think that's a little bit. No, there's nothing wrong with that. If you've gone in with players know if they've gone in with 2 feet, whether it's to hurt the player or the ball, they know which one they're going for, mate. And you should be able to tell the difference. But the trouble, referees have got such a hard job these days. When someone comes in for a hard, tough tackle, whether he's caught him or not, that boy's rolling around like a tough. And then a decision that, he's forcing that referee to look at it and make a decision. There's nothing wrong with half of them. They might have clipped their shin pad and all of a sudden they're writhing around. So the referees, they're trying to cheat the referees all the time. And that's what's come into our game that we didn't have in the 70s. Even when people got booted in the 70s, they just got up and gone with it. It was part of the game. Now they're just trying to cheat the game.
What annoys me about the present game is all you've got to do is go down and hold your head. The referee's got to stop the game.
Yeah, there you go. And there you go. That's bringing in this head rule now. And players, what do? They use it. They use it to basically cheat. To gain an advantage. I wouldn't call it cheating, but to gain an advantage. That's what they're doing. So that's why I don't like too many rules being implemented.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, that's Jordan. That's Liam's friend.
One sec. Let me just put that here. You look. Tell me. Look at this guy.
Fucking hell.
Exactly.
It's Havers too.
Who's Havers?
It's a West Ham fan who's losing the Leeds.
Oh, right, okay.
That's Havers, isn't it?
Friend.
There you go, Jordan.
Charlie, I need Charlie to confirm. This is Charlie's friend, and he's got to confirm. That is. Don't tell me that's not Havers' brother.
Is that a pre-recording, Titch?
That's from that was their watch along the other day. I just took it now.
Yeah, it's not live. It's just that Caden's talking to him.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was live. I'm all right, mate. I mean, what? We ain't got a Tottenham supporter on here, have we?
You've been editing ball so much, Cieran.
Yeah, I think so, Ellie. I weren't bad in the air either, mate.
I want to see what Charlie says.
No, the balls are very different today to do what they are, to what they were. However, I do remember Brian Clough saying football is played with your feet. He fined Colin Barrett for scoring a header when he was told not to.
Wow. That's what a nutcase he was there.
Yeah. I mean, I remember footballs when you had a bladder and laces, but
that's
probably
the biggest thing that helps people's head injuries is getting rid of their balls. And they soak the water up too, and they were heavy as mate. You'd head it and see stars. You go, Jesus Christ.
If you overinflated them, Christ Almighty, you'd be with a brick.
Heading the ball, especially the balls they are today, will have next to no effect on the human body.
I believe so.
I wouldn't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a neurologist.
Fear that the ball can't leave the ground.
No.
Actually,
able to
carry on.
More often if they all. Hang on. Teams might be able to match Man City off more often if they place all their places had to be technically prolific and unable to play long ball. To be fair.
Yeah, they would have to. Yeah, the teams would have to get up to scratch, but it would take a long time.
I had an idea once playing it when brought ahead and I came down and the player was and I snapped my teeth and it was
Shut up, Cieran. Shut up shouting. Shut up.
All right, keep the noise there.
Bloody kids. These kids.
You're down in Cardiff.
Hey, me. Them.
Shut up.
Titch is jealous of my martial arts abilities. Pass it on. Exactly like Mally. Liam, both teams need a win, so hopefully it will be a great game. Kiss of death.
It could go all the way. It could be a cagey game.
Wally, well, I just don't want a game where both teams are scared to make the attack.
Do you think they'll both play counter?
Well, if that's
Everton
the
and West
case.
Ham? Do you think they'll both play
Yeah,
counter?
Budgie.
Evening, Budgie.
Everton do play on counter, don't they?
I don't know.
Yeah. Everton do play on counter.
Yeah.
They do.
They don't call me Nashy. I don't watch other teams.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't.
supporting other
If
teams.
Everton play on bloody counter. Sometimes I can't weigh up how Leeds play. But I just wanted to.
Well, I spoke to Carol and she can't wire you up at all, mate. Greetings, everybody. I'm out of my cage. Good
Evening. Oh.
I just wondered if they both play cagey. If they both,
It wouldn't surprise me, Mally. It really wouldn't. Yeah.
and they both try and go on counter.
It wouldn't
And
surprise.
whoever-
Or, sorry, Stuart. Or potentially one of them would say, actually, we're both as bad as each other. Why not? Why not go for it and take the lead? Because none of us have the capacity to come back and win a game from behind. So maybe scoring first might be I don't know, but we'll see.
Reverse psychology, Titch.
Yeah, change it up.
Yeah.
Well, West Ham do need to change it up, though, don't they? To be fair, that's been their biggest problem all season.
I mean, do West Ham normally go for it?
No.
Their team.
No,
They're not.
no.
So you've got two teams then that are defensive.
Don't want the ball. Two teams that don't want the ball, Mally.
Yeah.
It's got to be a classic.
Because they both want to counter attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
Scared to lose.
That'll be
Real
interesting
scared to
then.
lose.
Yeah.
Before I go on, I know Charlie will be doing a watch along on Amma's chat. So, if at 3 o'clock, if you wanted to listen to get a game on internet with a watch along Amma's chats,
And violence, kicking little people in the head and all that. That's what he does.
Yeah, drop kick Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
What happened to Dan? Well, that's a good point, Mally. What happens to Dan James? Because it looks like Fulham have decided not to buy him when his loan deal ends.
Well, he becomes a Leeds player again, no?
Yeah, but what do we do with him?
I don't know. How long's he got on his contract?
No idea.
Yeah. They either sell him, loan him back out, or play him.
I don't know if anyone would buy Dan James.
Well, when he becomes a bit part player, don't he?
What, play him in FA Cup? No, you can't do that to him. He's got a bit more about his game than that. You
have to put him on bench, won't you?
I think we need to loan him out. We need to re-loan him out. There's no point keeping him at Ellen Road if he's not going to be played. He's too good of a player not to be played.
Yeah.
Maybe a team who's just come up like Burnley or Sheffield United or something. Well, no. Sheffield United play with big boys, don't they? They're a big, tall outfit at Sheffield United.
Would West Ham take him on loan? Say this question. Would you take Dan James on loan?
What, now? I would. He's got pace.
So there's teams out there. There's teams out there that would take him.
Right, where we're at now, Mally, I would take him. I would. Yeah.
If it's just a case of paying his wages, I'm sure there's teams out there. I'm sure the likes of Everton, Forest, Bournemouth.
Forest are buying everybody.
Yeah, well,
they got Chris Wood today
on loan with an obligation to buy in it, option to buy.
So these guys they got 20 odd players in the summer, and now they're in the January, and they're selling they're looking to sell some of the players that they got in the summer. I think Emmanuel Dennis, they don't fancy him. So they're looking to offload players after 6 months or whatever it may be.
You see, I know the Nottingham Forest fans are all rubbing their hands together, saying, "Oh, new signing." But eventually, this is going to catch up with Nottingham Forest, and eventually they won't be able to keep buying like they're buying, and they're going to be lumbered with a load of players where they can't.
I think they're putting too much pressure on Cooper.
Yeah.
Mm. I don't. It's too many players to choose from. He most likely don't know who his best 11 is.
Never will, because if you keep adding to it.
Well, this is it. That's the problem, isn't it?
I
You're
just
not
don't know.
You're not going to get a settled team, are you? When you've got 25 players to choose from.
What we call it, Ronnie, throw a catch a kicky ball for protection for softies.
It's definitely not football.
But you know what? American football, it's not as violent as it used to be. So even that, as you know, through I don't know what measures they've put in, but that used to be American footballers. If they walked off the pitch and they'd left somebody from the other team in a vegetational state, their job was done. That was their thing. That was, and you know, so even that has, you know, like football has got softer. American football is not as hard as it used to be either.
Rugby league, they never used to wear padding.
Exactly. Especially rugby league, I'd say more so, Mally, because that has changed over the years. When I first came to Australia and started watching rugby league here, not so much in England, and it was brutal. I mean, brutal. The state of origin was just one big fight, and just everyone trying to hurt each other. Bad, really bad. And they had to bring in rules to stop it all. Then,
yeah,
I mean, it's really hard to get sent off in that game. Really
I mean, I don't know how much Titch knows about rugby league because it's a northern thing.
Nah, I don't really know too much about rugby.
Well, yeah.
And Australian rules, was that a violent sport or not violent?
It still is.
Yeah, like compared to rugby, what's the
Australian rules are playing bloody t-shirt vests, don't they?
Yeah.
What is Aussie rules like? Explain. You know, I'm not familiar.
Combination of football and rugby together, isn't
I think it's a mixture of both.
No, I'd say it was a combination of Gaelic football.
Yeah,
Gaelic football and rugby. But it's the nearest to it is Gaelic football. And that's why an Irish team comes over here every year and they play a couple of friendlies, and they're not friendly at all.
Lee wants to tell you a sport what's rough.
Yeah.
Go on and
ice hockey.
Yeah.
Ice
hockey. God, they're well padded. They've got padded. They've got pad on pad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they go at each other with sticks and all sorts, you know.
Yeah, but they've got padding on padding. The bloody padding's 2 foot thick.
Yeah, but I've seen them being slashed around the neck with skates when they're on ground. You know, the dangerous. Them skates are more dangerous than them sticks.
See, and once again, every sport has its dangers, and are we going to make ice hockey players wear plimsolls? You understand? Like, there's always a danger in any sport that could happen at any time.
Yeah. I mean, cricket.
Yeah, that ball in your head.
Never used to wear face masks.
There were that Australian who died recently. It went ball hitting.
Yeah,
but what I'm saying is it wrong to try and protect the players of any sport?
But then you might as well just put them in a bubble. You might as well just put them in a bubble, because you can't prevent every single accident. It's impossible. Otherwise, you won't play. It's like. I mean, I'm looking me. So, like it says, I'm always in my teachers. I'm in my cave. I'm always in my bedroom. I've got less likely chance of getting hurt when I go outside. You know what I mean? So I am in a bubble in a way.
I don't know. I think trying to protect the players isn't putting them in a bubble.
But you can't realistically, you can't have football without heading. So you're changing the sport almost. The only thing you could say is, what Peter Cech used to wear is everybody wears them. Do you understand? That's the only thing you could realistically do that doesn't change the game. That is it, where everybody's wearing those type of things. That's it.
There is no sport without risk, is there? There's no anything without risk. There's no driving down to the supermarket's got a risk. There's always a risk. It's just minimizing risk.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense, and not overdo it. Now, I'll give you a complete ridiculous example. When I was working on the power lines out west here, 35, 40 degrees of heat in the middle of a field building these towers. Now, there was nothing. We're building everything on the ground, so there's nothing above my head, and I had to wear a helmet all day in 10 hours in 35 to 40 degrees of heat. Now that was a health and safety. Now that weren't protecting me because my head used to get so hot with that plastic helmet on. I'm sure that was more dangerous having that helmet on than not
having it off. Yeah.
Yeah, because there was no way anything could drop on me. So, but because of health and safety, I still had to have it on. And that's crazy, a crazy rule. The common sense is, no, take it off, mate, because give some air to your bloody head.
Yeah.
Or wear a lighter hat like I'm wearing now that's lighter, and you know, and gives you more airflow. But that was their rule, and they stuck to it, and we had to do it.
That's crazy.
So my initial question really has been it's been taken out of context. It's been blown out of proportion. My question was, should the trial a game? I'm not saying should they ban it. You know,
right? Fair enough.
Should put in the rule.
It's always going to lead to that, isn't it? But
I don't know. I don't know. Should they play a game whereby the teams don't head the ball?
But you've got to get two teams to
Let's get two teams to agree to it. Of course you have.
Yeah, but I don't think they will.
Well, I don't know. I think it could happen in Europe. It might not happen in Premier League.
I think, you know, Mally, I think those type of games would only work if you're trying to raise money for people that suffer from dementia that play the game. Then you do that, you know, as a mark of respect, this is the game. You understand? But it could, it couldn't work because it just couldn't work. It really couldn't.
Do you know what, Mally? You know what's coming to my head? Because I saw it a couple of years ago. I think it was Jeff Astle. Do you remember Jeff Astle?
The name I remember. Jeff Astle.
Right, I think he played for West Brom. And it was his wife. He died of dementia.
Right.
And he got dementia. And she was pushing for this because she believed it was heading the ball. Yeah, she done a big campaign for it. Okay. If you look that up, I think it was Jeff Astle's wife. And she got a lot of traction with the Premier League and all that, looking into it. And, you know, she was part, I think, what this concussion rule is. Right. I think she was part of that. She was pushing, seeing MPs and people out of football at the FA. I'm pretty sure it was her. It'd be interesting to look at, you know, how she progressed with that. I'm pretty sure it was Jeff Astle's wife.
At the end of the day, it's called football. It's not called headball.
But we do have goalies that use their hands, though.
Yeah.
The thing is, you know, I think they've taken measures in regards to the concussion rule and all that, because we know that, you know, back in the day, old school, you'd smash head with someone, they wrap you out, they throw some water on you and get back out there. Now, you know, they are doing things to minimize. They're not stopping heading, but they are more aware of concussion and stuff. But I think back in the day, they would patch you up and get back out there. Do you understand? Regardless of
I'm all for a concussion substitution, but I'm not for a 10-minute concussion substitution.
Nah.
Whereby the player can be assessed and sent back on.
Nah.
No, because but Jesse Marsh, says if you need 10 minutes
exactly
to do a concussion thing, the safest thing is to take them off.
Yeah.
Of course it is.
Exactly. I think in rugby league here, they got a concussion rule. You know, if he's been hit in the head, they take him off, and the doctor, an independent doctor, assesses him and says no or yes. That's it. An independent doctor will say no.
But is he allowed to go back on the field to play?
If that doctor says he is, but he, you know, I mean, you're getting a professional to say yes or no.
And he's independent.
And usually when a guy's a bit groggy, it's usually no.
It's a quick assessment. It's a 10 minutes is a quick assessment. It's too for me. It's too fast. I don't think it is in rugby league. I don't think it's a quick one. And plus, they're always interchanging in rugby league anyway, aren't they? It's a different game. They can just throw people on and off whenever they want. They're not actually substitutions. Interchange.
What's that, Stu?
Charlie Boy popped himself on, but then he popped himself off.
Yeah, again. I don't know. It might be Wi-Fi.
Come back on, Charlie. Come back on, mate. Hang on a minute. Let me read that one. Colin Burnett suffered concussion and Cloughie banned him. All right, I've read that one, Anna. Oh no,
No.
yeah,
No, you haven't.
Banned him from heading the ball all season. That is why you fined him. So he banned him from heading the ball all season
Because he
suffered concussion.
So he's looking out for his player.
He's looking out for his own player. Say, right, you don't go up for the ball. I don't want you to see you going up for the ball.
See, they wear them like head guards now, though, don't they? I mean, remember Jimenez had to wear a head guard after having his head
fractured.
Fractured. He wore one of them head guards when he were playing football. Peter Cech, the same. He wore a head guard as well.
But he's a keeper, isn't he? Mm. It's your outfield players, isn't it?
But even that, man, if you think about it,
he got booted in the head, didn't he?
By
Peter Cech.
Shane Long, one of the Longs. But even that's another thing, is that you could take away heading, but then what's next? Keepers can't go down low and go into it. You know, there's always going to be.
I don't know, Stu. I don't know, Titch. It all depends what the science is saying.
I think
at the moment the science is pointing towards concussion, dementia, Parkinson's, whatever. That seems to be the focus at the moment.
Yeah.
You know, in 10 years' time, it might be broken ankles or whatever. I don't know. I think it all depends on what's important at this present time for the safety of the game. I think that's all we're looking at, personally. Yeah. I'm not bothered whether they had the ball or whether they don't. I'd just be curious to see a game where they don't have the ball, to see how it pans out, to see how they cope with it, see how they manage it.
Yeah, and going back to this Colin Barrett, I think his name is, even when somebody's telling you don't head the ball and you've suffered from concussion, it's a natural instinct. So
it's instinctive.
It's instinctive, yeah. So he wouldn't have said, I'm not listening to Brian Clough. It's instinctive. And you know, if someone puts the ball in the box, and the only way you can get that with a diving header, and you even know the keeper might get you in your face. Some strikers, they're putting their head where it's a natural instinct where they can't even.
But if it's not allowed, they wouldn't.
No. But what I'm saying is because it's a natural instinct, is to take that out of the game. You're taking a massive part out. You look at the art of defending is, you know, some people's reading the game. Some people is, you know, someone like John Terry wasn't the fastest, but you know he would position himself. But I'm saying some people's main attribute is heading the ball. So it's a lot.
Some teams play that way. Some teams, you know, are so tall that's their weapon. It's to have tall players.
And you're taking that part of the game away from them. So
old City were like that, weren't they? Rory did that one throw. And objects were to get your head on that ball. That was what Tony Pulis's tactics were.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying ban it. All I'm saying is I'd like to see it. I'd love to see our game panned out.
Yeah,
without it.
I would tune into that game because I think it would be.
And like you say, if it's for a charity, if it's for a dementia charity, that'd be even better.
Fundraiser.
Yeah, that makes sense. There's
brilliant.
You know, there's substance. There's substance to that type of game.
Yeah, it'd be great. But
whether
it happened, I don't know.
Chat. Sell Dan James to the Championship side, not good enough for our squad. Southampton, when they get relegated, would soon. If we can recoup 10 or 12 million for Dan James, bite the hand off. Right. Before I go on, Jack Harrison, would you sell Jack Harrison?
Would I sell Jack Harrison?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Guys and Harmonie, of course. I'm proper knackered. I'm getting to bed, but I'll be watching on TV, so I'll say good night, peeps. Night, mate. Boys here, idiots.
Yeah, buddy.
Guys, do you think Dawson going to Wolves? Do you think that Dawson's going to Wolves, that they will still be after Antonio?
Oh, Wolves.
Yeah.
What, do they need a striker?
I think so. You'll know more than me, Titch and Cieran. Wolves are still interested in Antonio, aren't they?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
That's the rumour. That's the rumour. No, we'd be crazy to sell them to Wolves, aren't we? They're relegation rivals. Dawson, fair enough, because he was always going to go. And but not, you can't risk giving Antonio to Wolves. They could be the difference of us staying up or going down. And Antonio, and if Antonio's a part of them staying up, we'd look pretty stupid. So to me, it's a no. I would never sell him to a relegation rival. And I said this when I was on with Jakey the other day. When Lingard done so well at West Ham and he was on the last 6 months of his contract, Man United refused to sell him to us. They would have got 15 million. They decided to run out his contract and let him leave. Rather than sell him to West Ham, who we both were going for Champions League and Europa League places. And to me, they done the right thing. And they looked after their club first. It was worth more money to them to make sure they stayed above West Ham. And they did. And Lingard walked. And they lost that 15 mil. But it was the right decision for me.
Yeah.
Cieran, are you watching the Australian Open tennis? They had the Andy Murray game on finishing at 4 a.m. Crazy.
Yeah, I know. I heard bits about. I weren't watching it, Michael, but yeah, he had a massive comeback and it finished at 4 o'clock in the morning.
That's crazy.
I can't understand. You know, it's the first big tournament of the year in tennis, the Australian Open, and they have it in Melbourne. You know, in January. It's the hottest time of the year here, man. So a lot of games are played late at night. And if they go on, if they're one in marathon games, they go on to the middle of the night.
Yeah, so it started at 11 o'clock as well. So it started at 11 o'clock.
Crazy month to have it in Australia. That really is. It's so hot, man.
Wow.
Yeah,
and
Darren,
they reckon he'll only have about 17 hours rest before he plays again. After playing for 5 hours.
that's grueling. That's
mad, isn't it?
He's got a metal plate in his hip, hasn't he? He's got a metal. It's a metal hip. He's got or something. Someone were reading it today. He's got you know that he always had problems with his hip. He's got a metal plate in now. Any watch-alongs tonight, Titch?
Yeah, Darren, me and Charlie are doing the Liverpool v Chelsea. So that should be a good game. So yeah, we're doing that.
Jimenez still wears something on his head. Jimenez is not a keeper, he's a forward. Got to run, everyone. Great show. See you later on, Charlie, mate. See you later, mate. Night, Charlie. Night, Mr. Charles. Years they don't know what causes it, or they'd be able to cure it. It's been years. Cieran, it's not just Jeff Astle that suffered, but other old school players like former England centre half Dave Watson, who played for Southampton, Man City, suffering from dementia due to heading.
I remember Dave Watson actually.
Yeah, his name, Michael. His name came into my head, Jeff Astle, and it was one of them players. His wife, she was doing this campaign. Just Jeff Astle come into my head. I could be wrong, mate. I could be wrong.
Yeah, well, the man, it was Jeff Astle's wife who started the campaign and helped formulate the directives on head injuries.
Yeah.
Brilliant. I picked something out of the back of my brain there. I'm pretty proud of myself.
Well done, old man. Well done.
Can you hear us, Charlie?
You still got it.
I had to switch headphones. The other ones went out on me, man. I'm having a time trying to get on here, man. I was in traffic. I'm trying to get through. I'm bobbing and weaving. I'm like, I better not do the show and drive and crash into somebody. Take out.
No. You might get a concussion, mate.
Then I was trying to be slick with the green screen. I tried to come on, and it was. Then I could just hear Cieran in the back of my head. Mate, just quit the green screen, bollocks, and come on. So that's what I did. So now we're here. Here we go.
I've got a green screen over there. It's called a tree.
There you go. Yeah, I got some in the back. Well, it's nighttime now. What do you see the daytime? It kind of looks like your neck of the woods there, Cieran.
Yeah, I know, mate.
That's Bobby Moore.
Yeah, Bobby Moore. And Ric
Bobby
Flair.
Moore, yeah.
Yeah, Bobby
Flair,
Moore. Yes, sir. Got the Ric Flair in the back.
What's
Yeah.
that?
All the boys.
See, that's another sport as well, wrestling, where it's. I know it's Charlie. If you love reading wrestling, so cover your ears. But wrestling's acting, but people have actually got really hurt through it.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
and
dangerous.
they
Yeah, hey, you know what I say? They always says, "Oh, that ain't real. That's this and that." And be like, and then they go and watch a movie. You know what I'm saying? That's
exactly.
not real life entertainment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey,
it's definitely entertaining. There's no doubt about it.
they put in a real a grind on their bodies, man. They go through it probably even more so than football guys, not NFL guys. I mean, you know what I mean? Yeah, man, they go through it. I love the wrestling. You don't like the wrestling, Lee?
I'm not
I
really-
don't mind wrestling. I love wrestling. Me, I mean, I used to watch it. I mean, I watched it when last time I watched it is when Sky Sports had it before BT Sport took over. So I watched it when it were Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins and
they're still on. They're still on there. They still gonna be in the Royal Rumble.
I thought you were going to say Mick McManus and Les Kelly.
Jackie Barlow.
Yeah.
Big, what's his name? Big Daddy.
Giant
Giant haystacks.
Yeah.
The only wrestling I watch is mud wrestling at a strip club.
There you go.
But yeah, that is, there is some serious injuries in that, man. Spinal and shit like that.
Yeah, bloody hell.
Yes, it was Jeff Astor's wife and daughter linked heading to dementia, and other former players who had similar symptoms, and their families came forward to support their cause.
There you go. Thanks, Michael.
Have you caught up, Stu?
Yep, I've caught up, mate. Can you believe it? I've actually caught up.
Yeah, before midnight.
I know. So, Charlie, have you been to watch any wrestling live then, Charlie?
Yeah, no, we went on. When was it, Titch? A few weeks ago. I drove over to Tampa. I took my son, his girlfriend, the family. We all went as a family, and John Cena came back. He was out there. Sami Zayn, everybody. It was amazing, man. We had a good time, man. It was pretty wild. And we're going again February 6th to Monday Night Raw in Orlando. That's a little bit closer.
Really?
Yeah.
See the last time you went there, what was the capacity? How many people was there? And what was that atmosphere like inside the stadium?
Well, arena? I think it's the believe it or not, I think it's a hockey. I think the Tampa Bay, the Lightning, the hockey guys play there, and I think it's probably anywhere from 18 to 22,000 inside. Yeah. And where I'm going, it'll be about the same. It's like a hockey basketball arena. Not as big as football, like 60 to 100,000.
Yeah,
but inside it was loud because there's no open up space. It's all in the ceiling.
Yeah,
and they got the fireworks. The wrestling guys are coming out, boom, bang, and they're smashing. My son's jumping. He's great. He's big. He's not no little kid. He's big. You know what I mean? And he's like, whoa. Yeah, man. So it's pretty wild. Yeah, it was.
Is it how much is it roughly to go and watch wrestling?
Well, see, this one, they was already coming, so the tickets were sold out. I had to do that where you buy off secondhand, so the guy made a little money off of me. Yeah. You know what I mean? It was like 80, 90 a ticket, and we sat like in the middle section. This we got lower. This next one we're going to, as soon as they released it, it went on to certain people that had an account, like, only 10,000 people could buy it. So boom, we got them. So it's like $50, and we sitting twice as close. So, yeah, big time wrestling, man. Love it.
Charlie, as an American football fan or soccer, what do you think to Jesse Marsh?
Well, I think I don't call it soccer. I call it football.
Yeah,
My pops is from the ends, man. He couldn't go from that. My other family's Italian. They don't call it soccer neither. I can't do it. Only thing I know about socks is on your feet.
So do you know about the Leeds manager, Jesse Marsh? He's American, obviously.
Nah, what he do? What's happened? Is he?
No, Mally was asking you, but you obviously don't know about this guy.
No, I'm just coming home. What, he do something bad?
No, I'm asking what you think of him.
Nah, he don't, he
Oh
don't
no,
know him. He
I
know
don't.
him.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I haven't seen his anything recently. I've been just trying to catch up with the boys, Leeds and West Ham. Because when Leeds is playing, I usually, when soon as Stu goes live, I see the notification. And if I got a bet, you know, I couldn't watch. I couldn't watch the Cup game, so I was just listening to Stu as I was grafting, doing my work throughout the day. I was listening to him and Lee to update the score. And they went over 3.5, so I hit the bet. So big up Leeds. I appreciate y'all.
I see. I didn't know Stuart was live that night, but then I watched some of it back, and I see Lee. Lee was singing. He was in. Lee was up for it that game.
Yeah, it wasn't planned, Titch. He wasn't going to go live.
Do you know why? Do you know why I went live? Because of this person.
Harmonie. What? She wanted you to do a watch along. Yeah.
She wanted to really do some singing during games, so I went live for it.
Yeah, Lee was up for it.
I was loving it because I had no way. Y'all was my commentary, just like if I was listening on the radio.
We aren't that good to brother Charlie. We're not that good. We enjoy it. We love it. We enjoy doing it, don't we, Lee?
Yeah.
Stuart is the king of cocking up people's names.
I don't cockle people's names. I just ride over them. And I don't know
if someone's name is like Sebastian, he would call them
Sebastian. That's it. Then I move on.
Yeah, and he skips over it as well. Like someone put a sign, he just.
That's what you call a professional commentator.
Oh, who saw the BBC when it was an FA Cup game? It was Liverpool v. Did you see that, Kieran?
Yeah.
Oh, did you see it, Mally?
No.
Oh, snap. So, Charlie, I don't know if you saw it. Wolves v Liverpool. And there's a certain thing that people were sending on your phone. And it's like, you open it when you're out shopping and it's, it's a female making certain noises. Anyway.
Oh, yeah. They trick you to open it and then embarrass you in front of everybody. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That kept on playing for the first 15 minutes of BBC's broadcast. So, Danny Murphy's talking and Alan Shearer and Gary Lineker. And it kept playing loud through whatever, like it was, they just,
To everybody watching, to the whole
of whoever was watching.
No. Oh yeah. Apparently, he's a YouTube prankster, right? And he walked into them studios and he planted the phone in the studios, and all he had to do then was ring it, it was on his ringtone. And the noise would come right through the studio. So every time they'd done the punditry, started talking, he'd ring it.
And he must have hid that well, though, because they didn't find it for the first 15 minutes, just before the game started.
He taped it to the back of one of the chairs or something.
That's a long time for that to be playing. That's like
a long time.
Very awkward. You know what I mean?
You know what the funny thing is? The funny thing is, they was making, Cieran was making jokes, and then at halftime, Shearer's like, "Oh, let's hope something like Danny Murphy's phone don't ring again or whatever." So that was awkward, but it was funny on the BBC.
I thought they might have ended broadcast though. You know what I mean? And since back shortly or something, rather than carrying it on.
That was nuts. Mally, you didn't see it?
No, I didn't see it.
Look it up now.
Yeah,
I've heard about it. Wow, that was quick then, Darren. Oh, a heads up for your FPL show, Stu. I signed Danny Ings today for the fantasy.
Go on, Darren.
I've made my signings as well, Darren. I took a 4.8. I've bought in. My team went back. I've bought in. I've got Nonto, but I bought in Rutter as well. I brought him into team. Well, that was quick, Darren. He owns the circuit chain, Charlie boy. You must have heard of him.
Oh, she calls their manager a clown.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Where's Mally gone?
No idea.
It's gone, man. Yeah. Do you know why? Amani called him a clown. And do you know what?
Oh no, surely not.
No, you know how touchy Mally.
Nah, he might have just. Nah.
He's probably put wrong button. He's probably lost connection. Nonto 5 million, Darren. Isaac is only 6.6 million too, Darren. There we go. Come back, Mally.
Yeah.
Who we adding, boys? Titch, we gonna add anybody left backs? What's up?
Cieran, are we adding a left?
No, nothing. Well, there's no rumours. There's no any reports about it. No, but it's just Danny Ings at this moment. And
They're looking at us like another. You lucky you got Ings. Are y'all kidding me? Be happy with that and F off, right? That's what they're telling us. Yeah.
He loves Creswell, obviously. So
Got some breaking news on West Ham, by the way. It come out today. Jared Bowen and Danny Dyer are expecting twins.
Oh wow,
lovely.
Well, then I'm expecting twin goals in a double.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
There we go.
More to the point, Jared. Never mind her. Get on that pitch and start scoring goal. Start scoring in the right places.
I think that might be a bad thing. You know, he's gonna be like, oh, I can't sleep, and you know, twins as well. We might see an even worse version of Jared Bowen.
Yeah.
You think his form's gonna dip? No sleep. But no, she's just now. No, they didn't have the baby yet. She's just now pregnant. So he's got.
Yeah, they find excuses. Charlie.
He'll want maternity leave next.
Yeah. He's yeah.
Somebody. So is it, you all right? So Ings, you gonna put Ings in?
Stuart, no. Darren put him in. They do their fantasy football. I don't do that, but yeah, they done he put Ings in his. Oh, are you asking would I put him in to start?
Yeah, would you wait a week?
No, he would go straight in, mate. I'll be like, yep, feed him. Yeah, it's straight in for me.
Well, I'll tell you what, he is now our top goal scorer in the team.
Yeah, straight away, instantly.
I can't believe that we've played this many games and the number of goals we've got. That's ridiculous. Absolutely shambles.
Terrible.
After what we've added, you know what I mean? That's just wow.
Yeah. You've scored one more goal on Everton this season.
Yeah.
We're right down there hanging out with them, so you know what I mean?
All right, Stuart, watch this, yeah. Off the top of my head, if you combine us and Everton, I think Fulham scored more goals than both of us put together.
Is it Mitrovic who scored more goals than you and Everton put together?
Can't be that bad.
No. Individually might have done, but I'm saying as a team, I think Fulham have scored 31 maybe, and we've scored 15, I believe. I think Fulham, I'm just guessing that they've scored more goals than us and Fulham as a team, which is terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
So
it is bad. You know, I say the money spent. Look, this is why Everton supporters are protesting as well. In the last 5 years, they've spent £500 million, and they're still rocketing towards relegation. That's their problem. It's not the manager they're worried about. It's the board and how they've spent badly, so many times badly. And West Ham have just put 180 million in, and it don't seem to be working either. So this is the issue. It's with the board and the signings we're making. Are they the right signings? And when you look at the likes of Brighton, Brentford, Fulham, they're making it work without spending that massive amount of money. They're bringing players, on a small scale time, money-wise, and they're good. They're really good, and they're playing as a team, and we're not. And this is the problem that both teams have.
Right. Well, you got. I got it wrong. You've both scored the same amount of goals. You've both scored 15 goals each. You've conceded 25. They've conceded 26.
How many goals?
We're almost identical.
Yeah, exactly.
And when you say we're not playing as a team, I don't know what we're doing. I don't know if we're trying to be a possession or we're trying to do a counterattack. You know what I mean? No. We have no identity of all right, this is who we are. This is what we're going to do. We should be a counterattack. That's what it was. I didn't really like it, but it's set up. We ain't even doing that now. You know what I mean? So I don't know. We're like sit back FC. We're like lounge chair FC right now at the moment.
Yep. That's exactly
It's not even fun to watch. I said,
no.
I'm going. So what game I should watch that's exciting? He was like, well, Ben Rama had a nice goal once. You know what I mean? Really.
That's it.
He showed me
Yeah,
the goal. He's like, there you go, bro. That's what it is. You want
See?
something
Exactly.
That's what it is. You want something
Exactly.
exciting.
And
You better
when you
watch
look at
something
it,
else.
every game, you see how many shots on target we have, and sometimes it's 2 and 3. You know, my God, it's just if you're not working their keeper, you're not winning games, and that's what's happening. We're not working the keeper. We're just I don't know what we're playing at the moment. All I know, whatever formation we play, when we haven't got the ball, we got 10 people behind the ball. That's it. That's all I know we're doing.
Well, like the last game of the one before, he got mad at Birama for taking that shot. I'm like, yo, he just made an amazing goal. Let the man listen. If you don't take the shot, you ain't never gonna make it. And you know how many times you take a nice crack at one, you never know what can happen. You know what I mean? You get a deflection. Anyways, you get some danger around the box, if anything.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You
Don't
ain't gonna
shoot,
make
you
no
don't
shot.
score.
Yes, there you go. That's what I was trying to say.
Simple. That's
But how you gonna get mad at man? How much does he hate an attack to when he gets mad at man for shooting the ball? I never even seen that. He literally
crazy.
got mad at man for shooting.
Danny Ings has scored 7 goals this season, which is more than combined West Ham and Everton top goal scorers this season.
Get him in.
Hey, you know what? He's worse points and worse off than what Pellegrini was when we sent him on going.
Cieran referenced that. We done a video yesterday, and he did actually reference that same. You know, Pellegrini had 19 points at this after 19 games.
And we don't even have we worse. So how is this even possible?
15.
And we had the perfect opportunity with the window for the break because it usually don't happen like that for that long. Man could have came in, got some bits and pieces in. You know what I mean? Established some kind of connection with the fellas. This is what we want to do. Hey, I want to be a possession. I want to be counterattack. We're gonna work through the middle. We're gonna blah blah blah. No. So now. They come out, boom, shit their pants right away. Now who wants to come? Now what happened? We gained 15 pounds. You understand? That's how we're looking. We're not attractive. We're gaining weight. We're back on the liquor. We're smoking cigarettes. We keep looking worse. But we're not gonna get picked up if we keep this on.
Exactly. Yeah, they should have pulled the trigger before the World Cup. And
that could be said for really both teams, Everton and West Ham.
Yeah.
They had the perfect opportunity before that World Cup to pull the trigger and go, right, let's get someone in now. But they didn't. And when they've come back from the World Cup, both their forms have been exactly the same. Crap.
Yep.
Nothing's changed. So they're both looking at that and going, what? And now we're less attractive to players. Now we're less attractive to a decent manager because we are in the bottom 3 now, where we weren't then. But we are now.
I used to get crucified because I would be like, you know what? We can't survive on just scoring headers all the time. And this time, we can't keep winning that way. Oh, no. Wait, we got the points. That's all that matters. I said, okay. Because the difference between 7th and like 12th to 3rd, it's not really, it's so small. You understand? Yeah. So, boom. Now, look, set pieces. We're not scoring set pieces, right? So, we're not doing anything.
Yep.
What are we good at?
And is that like Charlie boy? When another team knows you're scoring all these goals from set pieces, all these other teams say, right then, we've got to stop them doing this because that's their main threat. And guess what? They have.
Yeah.
And they did. And now we're not scoring anything from set pieces.
And we still playing. We still playing from outside. We still want to play it outside. Go down, chop it in, and not playing through the middle. What did man get Paqueta for?
Exactly.
Yeah, we're going to ask you about that. Has he disappointed you this season, Titch?
Yes, he has. He's, whether or not Moyes is not utilizing him correctly, for me, he doesn't look anything. He doesn't look like, I haven't seen anything from him that would suggest we've got the reputation that he came with. Nothing I've seen so far suggests that he's that player that everybody was getting excited about at all. Like, far from it. There's a lot of money, and once again, it just goes down to Moyes. Like, clearly, this guy came with rave reviews from people that are Brazilian football experts and all of that. So I wouldn't. I'm not putting it on him. I'm putting it on Moyes, but I'm saying, like, for whatever reason, I've seen nothing from this guy at all. And the only goal he scored is a penalty against Leeds.
Didn't he didn't he make the assist for Schumacher against Leeds?
No, so one of your players passed that to Schumacher.
Oh yeah, it was we defensive error, wasn't it?
Aronson.
Yeah.
You know what? I've just thought of a really bad scenario. Yeah. Would we all agree that any manager that would go to Everton would go to West Ham and vice versa because of, you know, the stature of the clubs and the points and all that, right? Let's say we, like, this is like me really being so like, oh shit. Let's say we beat Everton and then within days they appoint Pochettino. Would we be thinking that means we could have got him? Understand what I'm saying to you? Because whoever they get, imagine if they get a top manager after we beat them, surely we'll be thinking we could have got that guy then. Because if he's going to go Everton, he'd become West Ham.
Well, the odds are suspended, and it's still the favourite still Rafael Benitez. Now, I think you'd be better with Sean Dyche over Rafael Benitez.
And he's been at Everton already, isn't he? Benitez.
Yeah. Did do very well, did he? But then again, he was a stupid man for going to his rival of Liverpool.
They had Carlo Ancelotti at Everton.
They was playing good too. When they had Allen in the midfield and they had who'd they sign?
James Rodriguez.
They was playing nice. He left. Rafa came in, crashed the car into a mountain. It was bad. Listen, you know what kills me? I was like, they claimed he was Mosiah, right? That's what they named him. I said, y'all gonna eat those words. Watch. and now they're complaining when I said, he's counterattack. You know what he likes. And Moyes is what he is. So now they don't want him because it's boring to watch. It's counterattack. So they want the same exact thing in Spanish.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Rafa is Moyes in Spanish. You just got to do your Rosetta Stone. That's all you got to do. Same thing. Yeah. Same thing. It's going to be no change.
No. Be crazy.
I don't know.
Be crazy.
At least with Dyche, you get the two up top. He likes to do a good, he's a defending too, but at least you'd get the two up top with Schumacher and now Ings. That could be a thing. That could be really beautiful.
I think that's the future, Stevie. That's the future. The Schumacher and Ings are up together. And you might see Schumacher then what he's got, because we're not seeing nothing at the moment. Absolutely nothing. Because we're playing him so isolated, he's wasted. Absolutely wasted. So with Ings and him. But then again, at the moment, Schumacher's injured. There's reports that he might be out for a month. So I don't know how true they are. So what does he do now? Would Moyes ever play two up front? I doubt it. He'll probably start with Antonio this weekend. They'll start with Antonio and maybe bring Ings on for the last half hour.
And try to nick it in the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, that'll be his plan.
If I were Moyes, and Moyes is supposed to be a disciplinarian, whatever they call it, after what Antonio's been saying on a podcast. All right, mate. Nobody's at all, mate. Nobody's at all. If I were Moyes, I wouldn't play Antonio. I'd start Ings with his record he's got. Titch, brother, thanks for joining us, mate, and we'll speak to you soon. Hang on.
Sorry, I didn't realize I'm mute. Charlie, I'm going to send you the link for tomorrow's watch along.
Yeah. Send it to.
But I got to shoot off.
All right,
you're off point.
Yeah. Nice one, all of you lot, man. Good to see you all. Nice one. I'll see you all tomorrow anyway. If you're
see you at morning, Titch, mate. Nice one.
Later.
See you later, mate.
Latest, Titch.
Bye.
Darren says he's got to go now. See you later, Darren, mate. But getting back to West Ham, Charlie, I've took a big interest with West Ham, and I think you've got to start managing. You have to. That's why you've brought him into the club for, isn't it? You've brought him into the club because you can't score goals. So play him. Even Moyes come out and says that we've been short of up top, and we needed to bring in a Premier League striker who can score in Premier League. So he's done it. So he's got no excuses now. He's got to go for it. He has to go for it. It's as simple as that.
How long have we been calling for a Premier proven guy. It's like every guy. They said something like out of 50-something strikers that we've signed, only 20-something or something like that have actually scored goals.
Yeah, I see that stat, Charlie. It's frightening, isn't it? It's frightening.
So yeah, like you said, Stu, we brought him in to get the goals. It's a proven guy, and the type of system Moyes is going to play, he's just got to chase one down. It's not going to be no, going through the middle tiki taka. It's not going to be no thing like that. We're going to have to try to nick one and let Ings get on the end of it, and hopefully get back some goals. Because and Antonio, what he said isn't wrong, but what he's wrong is you don't say it to the out of the people. You know what I mean? Your family business. You don't say family business outside of family, and he did. And it's because he's upset, maybe a little jealousy. They're bringing somebody in, it ain't working. Sometimes everything don't work out how you plan it. And that's anything in life that you do. Sometimes you got to put your nose down. You got to graft through it and get to a sunnier piece of the sidewalk. And right now he's letting his emotions out. And I don't know. I don't like that too much from him. I didn't expect him to be that way.
No.
No,
it's almost like he might be looking for a move himself. He might be looking for it. So.
Yeah, for him to put that out there, he's wanting out the door. He's wanting out the door. And what's that, Stu?
Doesn't that speak about what sort of a character he is, Charlie, for doing that? You're in a bit of stuck. You've given him best two seasons of his life, and he's willing to jump ship on you. Now, to me, that's been out of order. Do you know what I mean? You're going to go down. You go down with sinking. If the ship is sinking, you go down with it. You don't jump ship. You just don't do that in my book. You fight. You go down fighting. Yeah,
because he threw all the other guys in the bus. He's in it with them. You're all your brothers. You're in it together. And when he says, "Oh, we're trying to switch, we're struggling," he's just saying basically everybody ain't doing what they got to do, and that's something you say in the locker room. You don't come out. You don't come out and say that public, man. After what Moyes didn't sign, I'm hearing now he didn't sign the bull that went to Man City because he was speaking up, Antonio, and said he was a guy. So the coach believed in you at one time, but it ain't. This season it ain't for whatever reason. I mean, obviously he said it's because they're trying to switch. And if that's the case, if he would have just kept his mouth shut and kept his nose down and worked hard. West Ham fans will respect that. And if he got the raw end of the deal, we'd have been like, no, Antonio was right. But, when you open up and speak out like that, you kind of close that window and you kind of turn everybody against you,
And for all we know, we don't know what goes on in these dressing rooms. And Antonio could be as frustrated as we are as supporters, that the way Moyes is playing, that it's not working and he's not changing. And that could be that frustration in him could be coming out. And
I see a little bit of Rice the last few games. Like the boys they don't look. Our thing was run, attack. Always up for it, always giving it a go, always making that tackle. Always. I just see this. I don't know. It don't even look like the same Moyes club that.
No,
I don't know, man. I don't know.
No.
Okay. Well, what if him and Pellegrini's last team and this team they had a face-off? Who's taking the one off? Is Pellegrini's team beating Moyes?
Who knows?
I forget what the goal record.
I wonder, Charlie. When it started to go a bit pear-shaped for us, and for a while now, it's been for about 10 months now. Our Premier League form. But when you think of the players that have left, and I think they were a bit when we were doing well, that camaraderie was there. You could see it through the whole team. And then you lose the likes of Fredericks, Masuaku, Diop, Noble. I think, and then Nebin leaves and
Psycho. Yeah.
All them elements were part of that squad doing well. And it's very hard to say, oh, Diop, he weren't that. But he might have been a big man in the dressing room, a good player in the dressing room. So was Fredericks, Masuaki. All them players combined, they're all part of that recipe. And when you take a lot of them elements out, and Pierce probably one of the big ones, and Noble, then they started to struggle. And we've been struggling ever since. And you don't see the same camaraderie there now on the pitch. I don't see it. Nowhere near what it was. You know? And, we'll see. Maybe we need to get that back.
And I think,
something.
do you think a new manager, Bams, would give them players who you've got a boost?
It's always a risk, isn't it? It's always a risk. Any new manager you bring in when you're in this sort of trouble, it's always a risk. It could work. You might get that new manager bounce, and you might not. It depends who comes in. But you can't. I don't think any team can keep wandering into relegation without doing something. You've got to do something if it keeps going like it has. And we're leaving it as late as possible now. You know, we really are to survive. So it has to change tomorrow, whatever the result. We've got to win. The result is paramount. I hope we see more of an attacking effort and trying to win it. But is anyone convinced that will happen with Moyes? We're not, because I think we've all lost a bit of faith in him that he will do that.
Yeah, no, even Pierce said on the I forget what some radio show that he's like, his worst thing is that he is very conservative. He's gonna try to nick the game at the end. He's gonna play it out. He's never gonna take the chance. And I think that Pierce, when he was there, he would challenge Moyes because Moyes wanted him to come in. And I remember Moyes said, he's like, Pierce has him doing the set pieces and training. He's the guy responsible for that. Pierce leaves. Where's the set pieces? Where is anything? So it's kind of hard to pinpoint, but Pierce was definitely him and Noble. You know what I mean? In the locker room, leadership, with the guys.
Yeah, for sure. And I'll say that people maybe underestimate that sort of loss to the club. And it definitely is part of it. It's part of why we're doing so bad.
And we need some speed. If they're wanting to be a counterattack the second half of the season, we need some speed.
I know. I don't know how you could be a counterattacking side, Charlie, without some pace in your team. And we've got it nowhere. I can't see it anywhere.
You know what I mean? Probably our fastest guy up top probably is Bowen. And Ben Ram's not the quickest, but he's not slow. You know what I mean? And it won't give man a run out. Looks like he turned the corner and is threatening. And Moyes, I don't know. I don't think he enjoys goals. I don't think he's all about the, you know what I mean? He's like banning goals. He's finding them. Mate, he's like, you kick anything over 20 yards, man. That is, that's 30 grand fine.
Yeah. I mean, I was a big Haller fan. And when he inherited Haller, didn't he, Moyes? And he would not play to that boy's strengths. He would not do it. Instead, he just pissed him off, and we lost 20-odd million on it. And yet he goes to Ajax and absolutely smashes it because they played a 3 up front and 2 him. And you go, well, Moyes, come on. We had the striker. We had him if you'd played to his strengths. But you didn't. You preferred Antonio on his own, holding up the ball. That's, oh, my God, man. Please, we had the striker. And now we're doing it with Scamacca. We're doing it with him too. We're going to spoil it for him. That boy's a good player. But the way we're playing him, he's just isolated. He's not showing. We're not playing for his strengths. I can't see how Moyes cannot see that. But there he is.
Well, after this game against Everton, your next Premier League game isn't until the 4th of February. So it's like nearly 2 weeks. So... Well, I mean, look, if you draw this game, I still think if you sack Moyes straight after that game, bring in a new manager, it's going to have about 9 days of transfer window to work with. That's all it's going to have. Whereas if he gets a win, what's going to happen then? He gets given a Newcastle game, but we know what's going on form. We know what the result's going to be at St James's Park against Newcastle. So what's the point of giving him that game? Do you see where I'm coming from?
Yeah, you might as well. If you're going to do it, get it over with and done with and start on your good foot. And you know what I mean? I think it should have been done already, but that's just me.
Yeah, it should have been done before the World Cup. But now that we've got to this stage, I mean, a draw tomorrow could mean both managers get sacked.
Yeah.
That could possibly happen. But if a
You
draw
can't
keeps them in
sit
the
that far down, and it's just not. Both clubs. The
both.
fans, you see Everton they're harassing the players outside the
Yeah.
yeah, Mina's son, he told the kid, he said, I will die for this club. I'm like, you lying. He's just trying to get in the car. I said,
Yeah,
he's lying.
You might die. You might die if you stay outside that car, mate.
Yeah. I bet he got in the car, was like, oh my God, transfer me now. Get me out of here.
Yeah.
And so you're looking at, you're not going to get out against Newcastle. I mean, Amani, it's just at this point. Zuma's been out injured. Cressy and Bowen are aging. Rice, Bowen, and Lanzini have been in poor form. That doesn't help you neither.
Cressy still a left back is just crazy.
Yeah.
They're
all aging. Yeah, mate, but the only hope I've got that Zuma is back this weekend. That the reports are that he is, and if him and Agerd team up and that, and with Rice in front of them, that should be good enough to try and complete a clean sheet. This is what we need. We need a clean sheet because we'll be lucky to score more than one goal. So we need a clean sheet, and I'm hoping them three will be a big part of that. And then you've got to hope that whoever's in left back and whoever's, I'd say Soufal will be right back. And who do you pick for left back? Do you go? You might throw Emerson in there, or Young Johnson, or Cresswell. And this is what we don't know what Moyes will do, but the chances are he picks Cresswell. But he's got to be up for the fight.
Yeah,
because they don't score. They're not that. They're not that dangerous going forward, Everton either. So surely them guys can hold out to them, and they're only counter attacking. That's what they want to do.
Right.
So.
Hey, Aguero's been a bright spot this season. One of the few bright spots anyway. Zuma match up with him. And you got Rice back there. That's enough defending to where give the boys, let them go up the pitch a little bit. You don't gotta be so deep. He's got to play so deep that I think they're gonna take the pitch in scuba gear. I mean, that's how deep they're playing. Like they're scuba diving.
Yeah. It's a worry, man. It's a worry, but It's honestly, it'd be like an FA Cup final. This game, you just can't lose him. Nobody.
Makes it exciting, don't it? At least we have the suspense.
Back in the old days, Charlie boy. Back in the old days, relegation battles. That's what we love.
Yeah.
None of that Europe.
Yeah, that ain't no fun. Hey, we like to be on the edge of the seat, sweating it out.
Yeah, man. That's right. Yeah, well, we used to that.
Yeah.
Daniel Kaczynski must be sat there scratching his head thinking, what the hell on my investment? Do you know what I mean? He's going to lose a lot of money if you get relegated, isn't he?
Oh.
Yeah, he didn't sign up for this. He's,
Nah, he didn't sign up for that.
No, man, he didn't. I don't know. We'll see how it turns out, but I don't know. It's like the snowball effect, but getting worse, and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. You know what I mean?
Look, like anything, to get out of it, it's got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And really, it has to start here. This is the Everton game. This is where we need to start scrapping, getting points, and put them on the board. It has to start here. If it doesn't start here, then Moyes has to go, and then we go again. And hopefully get a manager.
Prolonged it because the passing of Gold.
I mean, that could have played a part, Charlie. Yeah, it could have done. It could have done.
Because they're having a big memorial there for him tomorrow, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're supposed to have a celebration of his life.
Yeah.
The one that was from the Inns.
Yeah, mate. He was a Green Street boy. He lived in Green Street. Yeah. He actually lived not about 5 minutes from where I live.
Did he?
Wow.
I was a 5-minute walk to the ground, and he was about a 2-minute walk to the ground.
does this right? Do you not just right? I don't want to use that word. Just say if the worst case scenario does happen, what happens then with Sullivan wanting to sell West Ham? Does it get put on back burner? Do you end up? You see, you could be given a double whammy here. Not only would you get relegated, you might be stuck with bloody Sullivan.
Well, the price tag now put on West Ham is 650 million, and if you get relegated, then what is it? You know, and this is the problem for them. To me, it doesn't make a business sense. Now, if you know, because he is a businessman and he's made a lot of money over his life, whether he's an idiot or not, but he is a clever boy. And the business sense is you stay in the Premier League at all costs, and because you protect your investment. And that 650 could become maybe 400 if you go down to the Championship or less, whatever it is. So he can't afford to be throwing that money away. He's a businessman at the end of the day. So I'm surprised he hasn't done something about Moyes before now, because it makes more business sense not to be relegated. Unless he truly believes Moyes is the man to get us out of it, which he has in the past. He brought him back in twice to do that. And that's maybe what he's hanging his hat on.
I'm in agreement with Harmonie, though. We still believe it'll be Southampton, Everton, and Bournemouth who get relegated. But Leeds have been in that situation in 2003, 2004, when we said that we're too good to go down, and it happened. Do you know what I mean? You're never too good to get relegated, are you?
No, you're not. But there's 7 teams at least that could go down in this. 7. You know, we know every time we play one of them down the bottom, it's crucial. Yeah. Crucial not to. When we played against Leeds, it was crucial not to lose. When we played against Wolves, it was crucial not to lose, but we did, and that was the crunch for me. And then now we've got another one. It's crucial not to lose, and that's the problem with Moyes. When you go into a game like that and it's crucial not to lose, he gets all defensive, seriously defensive. All right, so it's a bad mindset to me going into a game. You know, it's crucial not to lose. To me, it's crucial to win.
Yeah,
it's crucial. Yeah. It's more crucial to win than not to lose, because a draw is no good for either team, no good at all. So to me, my mindset was right. We need to win this, boys. You know, and if that means conceding 2 and we scoring 3, that's what happens. We've got to win it.
If they don't get 3 points, you already know the fan base is going to. I think this is going to be the one erupt, because it's already there. They're already sick of it. Yeah, they lose to Everton. And then right after that, Everton announces Pochettino or something. Oh, wow. You know it's good.
That'll be terrible.
Oh, man.
That'll be painful.
But even if Pochettino,
they announced bloody Pochettino, I'd be kicking myself.
I just don't believe Tuchel or Pochettino coming to West Ham or Everton. But even saying that, you know, we might need Dyche. We might need one of the other idiots that Everton might take, and then our options are even slimmer to getting a manager in. You know, and Southampton might do the same. You know, Bournemouth might. Yeah. There's other teams that are on the chopping block too. So
I'm ahead. So surely Sullivan won't get as much as he wants when we're not in a Premier League club. Yeah. Sullivan is getting payback for all the grief we've given him over the years. No, I don't think so. I think Sullivan's a money man first, isn't it? It's money first, West Ham second.
Yeah, what about that?
Right, well, look, guys, I would just start thinking about wrapping this up. Start thinking about wrapping this up, guys. Thank you, everybody in chat, for joining us tonight. Mally sent me a text. I think he's had problems trying to reconnect and he just can't do it, so he'll have to come back on next week. Charlie boy, thank you very much for joining us, mate. Much appreciated. Much love to you and your Frankie and your family.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks for letting me in so I can talk with the fellas, man. I appreciate it.
You're always welcome on this channel. You're always welcome. Cieran, mate, thank you very much. That's what I wanted to ask you before you went. Huntsman spider, what you sent me, is that poisonous?
A huntsman is it's a big spider. It has got venom in it, but
Wow.
their fangs, they're not strong enough to pierce human skin.
Phew.
So really, it's not really a threat to us. That's why I sent you I had a big huntsman here yesterday, Charlie Boy. He's still there. I don't worry about him. He can have a little wander about in the house, mate. He can do what he wants. But he isn't one of them spiders. Like a redback here would seriously put you in hospital. But this one is, no, he's no threat to us. So I don't mind him, man. He can have a little wander about. Doesn't bother me.
So yeah, went absolutely mad. She jumped to shoot. She didn't have her back in room when she saw what she did.
The only way, if you get too near to these huntsmen, you see them on. I've seen one as big as my hand like that before.
Wow.
And if you go to get near them, they jump. They jump off the wall because that's where he was on the wall. They jump and they could jump at you sideways and that, and then you shit yourself. Yeah. But there you go.
Been a very good discussion tonight on lots of subjects. Catch you all tomorrow. Yeah, she'll be watching. Watch along, won't she? She's a good one. Anyway, guys, we'll leave it there. Thank you, everyone, for watching the Disabled Team. There's only one thing left to say. It's a goodbye from me.
Later.
Goodbye from me.
Later.
Take care, everybody.